Yo, welcome in. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. Woo! Oh. Okay, left in. Sorry, getting the last thing moved around here. To where we sit as of now. Yeah. So, funny story. Maybe we'll start off with it. So, I was thinking how people are really down on me doing this, right? Really down on me doing this. And I decided to look at the math of it, the drop odds of everything. And I think it's going to be even easier than I thought it would be. Well, didn't mean to do that. Don't worry about looking at chat. Hold on a second. I forgot. I don't know what happened. Not what I meant to look at. Hold up. Where's the thing? Here we go. I looked at the drop odds on an Istrune, and they're not what I thought. So Istrune here, super unique Istrune, the player's 1. It's actually only 1 in. It's behind chat a little bit. Look at it right next to my head here. Right next to my head. It's only 1 in 235 runs per Istrune. Isn't that crazy? So let's say hypothetically I did 300 runs. Let's just say I did 300 runs. On average, I'm going to have at least 1 Istrune on average. Now, a Mal rune, 2 Mals you cube up to an Ist. They're only 1 in 157. So I'll have 2 Mal runes. So in 300 runs, I'll be able to have 2 Istrunes. Like, on average. Could be more with better luck. Could be less, of course. Runes are actually more uncommon than Mals, actually, which is shocking. But we'll have 2 runes, which gives us another Mal, which is half of an Ist. So we're at 2.5 Ist. Just in 300 runs. A pull rune is 1 in 100 runs. So there's another which gets us up to another Mal, which is another Ist. So there's 3. And then we have 3.15 or whatever. But then if we look at Lem runes too, we'll have like 4 or 5 of them. Which would be almost another Istrune. So in 300 runs, if we cube everything up, we're going to have, what did I say, like 5 Istrunes in 300 runs if you cube everything up? Pretty crazy. So even if I got the 1 in 64 Istrunes that you need to get up to Burr, that would only be, what's 3 times 5? That's 3,000 runs? 6, 3, 28. Yeah, there's nothing. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I mean, doable. I did also. Before I streamed, I thought it would be boring for me to re-roll maps over and over again, so I re-rolled to get a better map. It's not perfect, and actually, funny enough, I was like, I don't want to do this on stream. I'm gonna go ahead and do this off stream. I'm going to re-roll to get a good Countess map. I literally reset the maps once. And this is the map I got. So it's here. This isn't bad. The first 2 aren't bad. And then there's this one, which actually is real close. It's really hard to teleport this distance. Actually. It's so close, but it's hard to teleport. And then we got this one. And now we're down to the bottom. So it's pretty nasty. It's not perfect in that, really, that one teleport. I didn't start the run counter. It'll be all right. We'll do 1 run without the counter. It's not a big deal. Interesting there. I'm going to jump back here after this run. Ooh, the Lum rune, too. Look at that. And give everybody a shout-out like usual. But I just want to talk about that right at the start of the stream, because there was some confusion about how math works the last time I streamed. And people didn't think that, like, cubing up runes was, like, possible to do anything. It was odd. But I just wanted to talk about that real quick at the start of the stream here. It's not like you do 235 runs to find an Ist, and then the count, like, resets, and then you have to do 157 runs to find a Mal. It's like, they're all on top of each other. It's not like consecutive. It's, what's the word I'm thinking of? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. But we'll jump into the shoutouts first. Eagles fan, Darren, what's going on? First, Zombie Brad Pittle up here. Those first few people in on YouTube. What's going on? Wicked Ball, Super Vat, Enigma, legendary name right there. Aldadin, Raced over on Twitch. Killy Rabbit, J-Rock, what's going on? Back over to YouTube here. Biv, yo, welcome in. J-Rock, did I shout out J-Rock? Either way. J-Rock, shout out again if I forgot. Brain can't remember things. Blake Bruner, what's going on? Excuse me, AMC, what's up? Project Matterlander, welcome in, good morning. Mad Dog, Snipes, what's going on? Well, I think that's, sorry if I missed you, but yeah, I think we'll go with that for the shout out. Let me get the run counter up. I forgot to click the button to open it. Jimmy, let's go. Going is what we're let's doing for sure. Welcome in. I haven't checked any of the other things though. I hope I have a good like Mephisto map because I'm gonna do Andy Meth next, probably. Yeah, we'll take you out, sure. You know what I should do too? I wanted to look at this. What's the difference in drop odds on the Countess for Istrunes from P1 to like P3? Because regardless of what the odds from the Countess are, it would be nasty just to pop like a Burroon off of some random monster. I'm gonna pull it up right now, actually. Yeah, I'm only at 200. The other day I wasn't running super efficiently, and that's the thing. When I can do them, if I was playing off stream, I could do my runs twice as fast. But thanks to you people, it's your fault. No, but I like talking to people. Why stream if you're not going to be answering the questions and talking to people and stuff? You know, if you're trying to run max efficiency, beads of sweat coming down your forehead. So yeah, I probably run them at like half speed of what people probably can and sort of should-ish if I wasn't streaming. But what's going on, Marty DJ and a couple other legends in here. Rune farming today for flawless rhythm. Okay. You need to get back to the pit runs. Yeah, best of luck. Best of luck. Oh yeah, I wanted to look up what the odds would be if I changed it to players 3, just out of curiosity, for the Istrun that I just looked at. Oh, not that one. This one. Just out of curiosity. Wait, 1 in 88. So the odds of an Istrun go up dramatically from players 1 to players 8? It must be because you're much more likely to get an Istrun from her monster drop table then at that point. Let me look at something real quick. D1. Hell Countess. You get a Ral Rune in roughly 1 in every 6 runs. And it goes to 1 in 4. That goes against everything I've always heard. That goes against everything I've ever heard. I guess I should have looked this stuff up myself in the past, if I haven't. So according to Silas Spin's drop odds calculator, we're in hell difficulty from the Countess. 1 in 188 on players 3. 1 in 76, so slightly better on higher. Am I dumb, or did I... P1 gets more rune drops overall? Why is that not making sense in my head? What you guys are saying. A couple people who are smarty pants did the same thing, but why is it not making sense in my head? So if you want to get an Istrun, it takes less runs to get one. But if there was 2 rune drop chances, why is it not making sense in my head? Flawless saying faster kills, you get Yeah, maybe how bad my character is. Maybe, but I wonder if this calculator takes into account her rune drop table. You assume it loads some of the mid rolls. Let me look up some of them because you probably weren't here. But I pulled up a bunch of the runes. Wow, 1 in 65 on Lem runes on P3, as opposed to 1 in 81. So that goes up like it's like a third faster. What am I missing? Because literally everyone always said P1 was better than higher players counts. There must be something I'm missing that my brain is not comprehending. Let me read some more of you guys. You guys are smarter than me. So, Degen, are you pretty much suggesting that this is not taking into account this, like these odds on here aren't taking into account the special rune drop table? This is just taking into account her normal drop. This is just her odds on a normal drop table. Maybe I should try using a different... Yeah. So everything you guys are saying is what everybody always said, but this is saying the opposite of what everyone has always said. So yeah, this is just, yeah, Blake says it's just as the normal drop table. Could be. Could be. Let me jump back over here. Let me see. Let me Google something real quick here. Yeah, so we'll just look into it here. Maybe we'll so I know I'm just staring at the screen here, but I'm just looking real quick at a couple of, seeing what some other smarty pants people say here. Okay, that just says the players count depends on what you want to find. Let me read some. Yeah, I'm looking at max roll right now, actually. Which Teo is smarter than me, so I'd believe what he says. Yeah, it must just be her normal rune drop table. Wow, so you have a 1 in 235 chance from a rune drop table then, according to Silasman's drop odds calculator, and that's not even taking into account her rune drop table for an ist. That's shocking. So that means you would have even a vastly greater chance of getting an ist than 1 in 235 runs. Yeah, so if this is only taking into account her rune drop, or her monster drop table, a 1 in 235 chance of her ist, that means if you include her rune drop, that means it must be like 1 in 150 runs for an ist or something. That's crazy. I did see a Reddit post. I didn't click on it, though. I clicked on the max roll one first. I should have just went straight to the Reddit one. Why is Reddit the one that's always the smartest? No, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it, too. Oh, I still have the thing up, but... Let's jump over here real quick. This is a different Reddit post here. Countess, blah, blah, blah. Just looking at something real quick. Do forgive me. I know everyone's like, well, this is boring. Chance per rune drop, chance per kill. I'll have to read this later. I don't want to read this all right now. This probably explains it. Yeah, so the... Huh. I know the key drops. Yeah, I'll have to read this some other time. I'll just keep doing P1. Anyways. Oh, this is about to be a 9-minute Countess run. Doing it live. Sorry. If there's any super important comment, you can feel free to put them in again. I'll, yeah, so, guys, I know okay, so sometimes there's a little bit misunderstanding of what I'm saying, I guess. Based upon when people jumped in, maybe. I know there's a rune drop table. I know there's a monster drop table. I know it's always been said that P1 is the best to run on. But I didn't know that all drop odds calculators don't take into account the Countess's rune drop table. So that's just what I was looking at. The rune drop table based upon what the drop odds calc said about the monster drop table, okay? Just making sure everybody, you know, a little bit of confusion there. Like, I have multiple videos kind of about it and stuff, but I was just trying to understand why the drop odds calculators were saying what they wanted to say, or what they were saying. And that's just kind of what I was looking at. Yeah, I know that everyone's always said on higher players counts, the item drop table replaces one of the rune drop tables occasionally. Yeah, I know. Yep, this is all. I already said all this stuff already, so. Yep. But yeah, I know it's early in stream, so some people probably just hopped in and didn't hear me literally say the exact things that they're typing in over and over again, so. All good. All good. We're doing it live. Ooh, another key. There we go. What runes we already got? I've gotten every rune the Countess can drop from her rune drop table already. But I just need more. More. Too much math this early? Yeah, Nate, that's kind of what I was thinking. I slept like 4 hours last night for no good reason. Just couldn't sleep one of those nights, I guess you could say. One of those nights. One of the reasons I was looking at the drop odds too is because I was thinking about running on a P3 so that these guys out here could have a better chance of dropping me a rune, you know. Like maybe that would be mo better, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, he's almost dead. Matthew, yo! Oh my gosh, coming in with some huge generosity right off the bat. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the 5 gifted Slayer ships. Oh, yeah. Gosh, I'm super tired. I'm gonna have to go dark mode Phil today, I'll be honest. My eyes are struggling. What player? I think I'm on P1. I didn't change it, did I? Yeah. So my character's super weak too. I just started offline single player, so. Boy, I wish this jump was... Oh, there we go. I got it good. Man, this map is sick. That one jump's a little hard. Kind of slows me down, but... I can't... Of course, that's the way it worked, too, because I was like, I don't want to waste their time, me re-rolling maps, and then I pop one time a map, and boom. Yeah. Smolps, welcome in. What's going on? Entire tower on P3 and then spawn up at the bottom at P1. Yeah. That was another thing, good call, Marty, I was thinking about doing. Problem being, I will not remember to reset it. It's got to just stay on what it's staying on. Yeah, why not? Sometimes I just want to take out more monsters. Anyone spare a burr? A tough ask. Right there. Care more for keys you can do higher players count? True story. Yeah, I wouldn't say I care more. I do want keys though, but how do I word it? It's not my primary just because I think keys are super easy to get from the Countess because you like run the Countess a bunch anyways to get the runes you need, so I think we'll be... Oh boy. Go up here. Get away from those archers. Yeah. I'm noticing too the limiting factor on me running this, mainly, it's not going to be the time because I do this as a full-time, you know, I stream full-time. It's not going to be the runes really. The problem is going to be the gems. That's going to be the problem. And that might be the ending factor for me, to be honest. There's 0% chance that I go flawless emerald farming. Literally 0. So at some point I may call it quits because of that. Or whatever other random flawless I need, you know? Norm cops. Yeah. Nightmare Trav for flawless gems? Yeah, maybe. Light plate. Arcanus? Did I find this yet or not? Yes, not. Now I did. A macro to change difficulty level. Now, when you say change, you mean to like save and exit, like essentially to like automatically like go to nightmare, then leave, then come back to hell to like reset your map faster? You could, yeah, you could do that for sure. I never even thought about that for some reason. Kelly said your best ist from the Countess. In general, ist is going to be the highest you're going to get, like for almost everybody. If you get the legendary one where it's like the higher rune than an ist, you're a lucky person. That almost never happens. I've never gotten a rune over ist actually from the Countess. Now from these packs on the way down, I have Furs, Durs, Vexes, pretty much you name it. If they can drop it, I've found it on the way down to the Countess. But all from her once? Okay, all right. Yeah, that'd be cool. Degen, actually I did keep all of the runes from Lower Crust, actually. So it's not that I don't have any. You just get way more flawlesses. Like, I got all these flawless and perfect. Like, I had to cube all these up because they were full already. But, and I know it's a little behind chat or whatever, but you don't get as many of the flawless and chips and stuff from, and I'll be honest, probably the first 400 or 500 runs, I wasn't keeping the lower-ish runes from Lower Crest. So this is like how many I got from 2 playthroughs of the game and like 1,000 LK runs of these, like standard and under, I'm saying. So like 50, you know, these stuff. Oh, Jimmy's saying to automatically change from P1 to P3. You could set up a macro. I used to have one actually, because back in the day, when you saved and exited back in LOD, it would automatically reset to P1. So I set my macro to type at the end of my macro. After I got into the game, it would go and just put it in super quick for me, so I didn't have to change it automatically every single game. But now you don't have to do that. So I mean that was super long time ago. So Hannibal. So yeah, I was talking about with those chip gems and the floods and stuff. To cube up every rune that I find from the Countess, you need a metric butt ton of them if you plan to do it. And I was talking about how that's going to be the limiting factor of me cubing all the runes I find from the Countess up to a burr, because like it's going to take a lot. The runes easily going to be no problem, but Eugene says I got this. No, I think the gems. I'm gonna go until the gems are stop me in my tracks, pretty much is what I'm looking at. And I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, or I get, you know, like I hope to get lucky along the way here and pop like a low or a Sir or something, or a Viper Magi from this guy. Come on. No, I mean, I wouldn't stop with a Viper Magi, but I would love to get lucky on a Viper Magi on the way here. Archer, let's get out of here. Just tried to take out this one Carver pack. Get myself in trouble. Got a jaw from Trav today. Snuggies, yeah. Luck is cool. Love to see it. Love to see it. Popping all those graves every run? No. I'm not. You got to take a limit somewhere, right? Like I can't do full clears of the tower. Like at that point, I'm not running the Countess anymore, am I? I'm doing tower runs. You know, like, I mean, I could. Like, I'm not saying you can't. I mean, I am stopping to take out that guy, but like, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go ahead and stop and get all these like this every time. Like that's I don't know. Yeah, you could. You could. I'm not saying you can't or that someone's dumb for doing it, but like, a bit much for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Maelstrom. Yafaja got a Zod the other day. Okay. Congrats to him. Entering politics. Oh boy, I'd be great at politics. Because I'm always right. So that's what makes it, that's why I'd be so good at it. Oh, Oofle. Key and a Hell Room. Okay. Graves have a good chance of rings, I guess. Interesting. Is there a specific reason you say of the really good rings, or is that just because the number of rings? Or is there actually something to, like, the item level of Graves, blah, 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 blah? Okay, what do we need to cube up these orts? Because for some reason I've found just astronomically more orts than everything else. Orts we need. I got the list pulled up already because I'm so smart. Oh, you don't need anything. Well, that makes it easier. Good job, Phil. I should have probably known that, huh? I do have, well, not as many Phils, I guess. I do have a lot of Rals, too, but I'm not cubing up Rals, sorry. I'm saving Rals. Someone's got to draw a line in the sand somewhere. Here's another sitch. I am not cubing up Ral runes. Is this autocorrect? Sega Saturn Plus, like, I don't know, it's like, there's some autocorrect thing that I can't figure out how to turn off. Because it takes the stream, and then it comes through my OBS, and it puts up the chat, and it's autocorrecting everything, or auto-translating. So it says 3 orchids is in Thul, instead of 3 orts. Like, it's auto-correcting or translating or something. It's like, and I can't figure out how to turn it off, like, in my OBS. Maybe there's a setting in OBS or something. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. It's over here too. I don't know. I'm just not smart, is what it is. Pretty much what I'm saying. Isn't AM the start of gems? I'd have to look again. Could be. I don't usually do a lot of cubing of together of runes at that low level, so not something I got memorized. Oop, over this way more. I mean, you're right here. Oh boy, he's about to take out my Merc. Never mind. More orts. There must be you must get an ort on every run or something. But it seems. Oh. Degen. That's alright. I mean, I have the same cheat sheet over on my other monitor. I just had to scroll to find it. There is like a, what is it, gymnasium. I heard him, he told me about a way of, what is it, the colors, right? Couldn't remember. But yeah. You're up at 4 a.m. running heralds and act bosses. Oof. Too much. Ah, yeah, there you go. Marty put it in there, yeah. Starting at Thul. Hazered. Yeah. Okay, chests drop a cham. Not the super chests. Actually, I think, isn't it? Okay, I know that cham is the highest in Act 3 there. Do the regular chests have a chance to drop cham? Technically. While probably incredibly uncommon, of course. So the super chest at LK can only drop up to Burr, but... The Burr is very uncommon. You're like 3 times more likely to get a Sur rune than a Burr. So like, in order to get a Burr from LK, you're like drastically more likely to find 2 sirs and cubes into a burr than you are just to finding a burr, so. Let's see, Reaper said he started up a warlock imposing some restrictions. No bound demon, only fire tree. Still broken. Yeah, it still is really, the fire stuff is still crazy, especially early on. Through the first 2-3 acts of like normal, but yeah, it's one of the things I say, like if something's insane in act 1 of normal, like I'm not too mad about it or whatever. Like I don't like it, but it's like, is this really what I'm going to spend my time being mad about? You know, I'm going to live for 20 to 30 more years and I'm going to be mad that someone is wrecking act 1 in normal difficulty? No. Like, does having MF also mess with her drop table? I'm pretty sure not. No, because magic find. Ooh, hold up. Let's go. Biggins Bonnet. This isn't going to be the last one left on my grail. Dude, Biggins Bonnet is so nasty awesome. I don't know why I love Biggins Bonnet. These super low level uniques, you never see them. You just never see them. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean, you do see them. That's not like you never do, but you know what I'm saying. Biggins Bonnet, everybody. So cool. Yeah, so what I was trying, pretty much in any circumstance, Magic Find never affects the rune drop chances. I can't really think of any. I'm pretty sure that's under all. So the game determines if a rune is going to drop or not, and then it picks what rune it is. It's not like if you have Magic Find, you will drop a magic item, and then it overrides the runes. So it doesn't work that way. Nothing else has that art. Ooh, maybe that. Oh, that's probably why all those low-level uniques and stuff. I mean, I guess a lot of stuff is the uniques are like that. That's why they're called uniques, I guess. But yeah, like Linamos Sash and Porch of Ero, Biggins Bonnet. Those ones are like the nastiest, to be honest. Ooh, got another level here. Porch of Ero is a cool one too. Kelly said you had to go to low normal cows to get those low level uniques. It happens, yeah. That's what I don't want to do, right? Danish Ninja. Danish Ninja. Oh, I thought it was like a hype. Danish Ninja. Thank you for the 20 Danish currencies. I thought it said Danisha at first, like it was what an Indian name or something. My bad. Danish. Bill, reading skills suboptimal. But yeah, thank you so much for the super. Appreciate you. Nope, there will never be a drop list for me running ever on my channel. There never will be one. It's super bad for your channel's analytics. Like, you'll get way worse viewership if you run those lists, in my experience. You'll just have to, you know, watch the drop highly video when I make it. Ooh, look at all these guys. Hotspurs, one of a few different people though, but Seagar, one of your favorite items. Yeah, Hotspurs are one. Get the fire res up, right, and the look of them. Not that you know, when it's an item you don't use very often, you don't want it to look cool. I don't know. They just kind of look, man. They're just boots, right? Nothing crazy about them. Oh, come on. Dang it. See, that's what slows me down sometimes. It's super close, but then it's in an awkward position, you know? Gee, Stacks, what's going on? Flip says, yeah, it's a crone or crowns or something like that. Danish crone. Gotcha. So yeah, if you have a drop list on stream, I'll shout it. I shout it out whenever people ask, I guess. So what happens is for your streams and then also for my video later, if I have a list of stuff that I found right here, people will come into your stream or video, see what you found, and then go, wait a second, I'll just scroll to the end and see what he found. That way I don't have to watch the video. And they'll just scroll to the end, see what you found, and go, oh, and then just leave. and it hurts your analytics on your video real bad, then the algorithm thinks that your video sucks because nobody will watch it, because people are going in, seeing that you have a list of everything you dropped, and then just scrolling to the end, and then maybe they might scroll back and only look to see at the stuff they want to watch instead of watching the actual video. You're actually better off having people not even watch your video at all than have people jump into your video and then leave and not watch very much of it. So yeah, same thing for the streams too. Like the streams later when people watch them, you'll see people scroll. There'll be a giant spikes at the points only when you find stuff, and then nobody watches the rest of the streams if you put the list over there. I did it for a few months back in the day, and I seen the analytics, and my income dropped in half, and I was like, whoa, like I can't afford my house. Like I'm gonna lose my house if I keep doing this, so I stopped doing it. So yeah. Yep. Miasmic, welcome in. But yeah, that's the version then of why it's not good to do that. Countess stinking today? For you or me? I haven't really done too much here yet. How many runs did I do? 19? Look at that. 3 runes. Nailed it. Fishaholic. Yeah, they were pretty good. I think, let's see, 1,400 runs for that. It was weird. I thought I would have got more. What I suspected is that I would have got more of like the mid runes and stuff, but then I expected to get like 1 less Sur rune, you know. So can't complain. So I think it was almost average luck, but it like seemed even way coolerness because of all the Surs I got. So yeah, I'm definitely not complaining. I'd say if I had to pick, I would pick getting more Surs than getting more mid runes. So yeah. Should you go for a godly Andy map in Mephisto? It depends what it is, I guess. Hard to say for sure. 4 runes, let's go! When you get 2 out of her regular drop table and 2 out of her monster or rune drop table. Ist on the run, ooh, hopefully. Thunderdome Doc, thank you so much for the $1 super. Appreciate you. Is that what you're having for lunch? A burger? Jayco shock. I'm gonna assume that's a joke based upon the capitals. If it's not a joke, I can't help you. Thanks for making content. Appreciate you. Thank you for the kindness for the super chat, and thanks for watching. There we go. Need those regular gems. Which weapon did I decide on? I'm still rocking the spirit. Okay. Grimhelm. I found 1 million of those out of LK. MF off the charts. Ooh. You got an Alibaba. Cool. I almost sold those. I wasn't thinking where I was. 2 to 3 Sirs, 1 or 2 Vexes, and nothing between those. Yeah, I got a little bit between those, but not a ton. Like I had like 1 pull coming, like 1. I probably had like 2 lems, but like it was like boom, 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 and then yeah, like I didn't have any. I don't think I had a. Oh no, I didn't get a gull from. I got that gull from somewhere else. Wait, did I? And now I can't remember. Either way, I just got less than I thought. Gull was from LK. Yeah, after I seen it, I was like, wait a second. Surprise. These things, the drop rates on these are roughly 1 per run. Isn't it kind of crazy that the drop rates for this set? Pretty wild. I don't know if I should keep them for the new trail or for the new character. Not going to use that anywhere, I don't think. A lot of deadly strike. Amp damage. Double sockets, but When I pick up rare boots, I must have just not seen them. I probably looked right at them and was thinking about something else and didn't pick them up. Do I do Nightmare Countess on playthroughs? I essentially never do Nightmare Countess. Almost never. Occasionally I will if I need, what is it there, like if you can't get a soul rune or something. But I don't do a lot of gear farming on playthroughs. I just rock with whatever I got, kind of sort of situation. P count on LK, you're gonna want to have a higher one, not P1. I go 7-8, 7-8. Every odd number is like a breakpoint essentially. Oh, there we go. Another pull rune. I'm talking about. What do we say a pull rune was? A pull rune is it half of an ist or a quarter of an ist? I can't remember. But yeah. Do I still have that pulled up? Wait, where did that go? I had a thing pulled up that showed. I don't have it up anymore. Like it was a graph like this, and it showed like pulls to this. You know, don't have it up anymore. I forget which order. What comes before ist? Mal? And then before Mal is pull, I think? Actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, ist, Mal. Oh, pull. That's way back here. Never mind. So you would need, how many pulls is it to get up to ist? Would it be 8? Anyways, 1, 2, 3 times 2. 6, it'd be 12 maybe? My math skills ain't great. My math skills ain't great. So it's 2, but then you gotta double it. But it's fine. No big deal. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the limiting factor is going to be the gems I got, not getting the runes, really, to be perfectly honest. Oop, come on. Raw determination. Pull an eighth of an ist. Yeah, I think that's what I said the first time, but then I was second guessed myself, so. Yeah, so in these first like 200 something runs, between like straight up ist I found and all the stuff that I could cube together. I'm probably on the average of what we kind of looked up before, even though that was just the monster drop table or whatever, according to whatever it was saying. Oh my gosh. I did not think he was going to get ripped out that fast from some ghosts. Disappointing. Oh well. Let's see if I can do it. I'll just do it by myself, maybe. Easy. I don't need no stinking mercenary. I got a Vex yesterday in a terrorized nightmare. Is that Deca or Oeka? Can't tell if it's a D or an O. Looks like an O or a 0. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't ever run Nightmare Terror Zone, so I've never had that happen before personally, but. Boop, boop. All these carvers, I can't just let them live. Right? Neo asks, why does Silas spins and max rolls give different odds for items? Yeah, I did also notice that, by the way. Every drop odds calculator gives you different odds for stuff. Not really sure what to say about it, to be honest. But you pick the one that you think is right and go with it, I guess. They're usually not, like, incredibly different. Usually it'll be like one will say like one of whatever item in 435 runs, and the other one will say one in 415 or something. Like, it's pretty close. Like, but I don't know why they're all different. You'd think they would take the same stuff and the same data mined numbers and then just plop them in and everything would stay the same, but I'm not sure. Jeremy said you found a Viper Magi from running the Countess down here. I'm hoping to get that to pop off too. Pretty cool. Not like my most toppest of the list, but I mean, obviously it'd be cool to get one. You're not a fan of this tower layout? How would you not be a fan? There's like 4 teleports there. There's like 4 here. This one I have to take 2. Oop. There's a pack of monsters right in the way, so that kind of ruined it for me. 1 there. 1, 2 here. You know, I don't know how long you're going to reroll maps to get better than this one. I'm not sure. A while. A while. Are the drop calcs really that accurate? It is RNG, yeah, and it is random. Like, very rarely will you get exactly the number that, like... But, I mean, they kind of, like, matter, sort of, you know? That's like saying, you know, like knowing the odds in craps doesn't affect how you're going to play or something, or knowing the odds in blackjack. Like, does it really matter? Does it going to affect what you do? And it's like, well, yes, of course it will. Like, if you should hit on 16 here or not, you want to know, you know? Oop, other way. I forgot where I was. I drive. Do not spam all caps, please. Like, that's a super standard, just incredibly standard stream thing. Like, please, people, anyone in the chat or whatever, please do not spam all caps in the chat, please. Pat, thank you for the Saleya ship. Very kind of you. Oh, my coffee's gone. Great. Get my Merc back. Got toasted. Hide user from channel. Goodbye, whoever that was. Meet or whatever. All right. It's one of those things when you get more viewers, it's cool, but then you get all like a lot of trolly people. You get kind of annoying, but you know, is what it is. Good old Ort Rune. Brisket going today for Wheel. Beautiful Brisket Tuesday. Nice. Stop screaming in all caps. You're right, yeah. But why are you yelling at me? Going good. Bradley Farley, thanks for asking. Fine. Just decided it looked like a lucky pack. It was not. IO, Grand Charm, 2 Grand Charms. My gosh. My goodness. Yeah, realistically looking at, and maybe I'll try to do one run where I go like as fast as I can here after this one. Because even looking at the times, even though this one is like, this teleport out to it is longer, but it's a lot of like shorter teleports than the other one. It's like really, it's like the same exact time. This one is kind of an annoying teleport, but kind of an annoying teleport. Due for another skiller? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. They're kind of harder to come by when you first start out, for sure. Got an Eldritch with 40 to life. That's crazy. Congratulations. I hit the button like at that exact second. Whoopsie. Skill issue. Didn't want to waste that one potion. Look what happens, huh? Just one rune? No way. Fishaholic asks, I'm taking a break from LK. I mean, I guess you could say that. I don't know that I'll for sure go back to running LK, but I may just not. Or, you know, wait a couple of months or something. See if I can get lucky with a rune. Maybe I won't have to run LK again or something. Or, you know, we'll see what happens. The Sork builds a beast. It's pretty good. I mean, considering I have not the greatest gear, I guess. Yeah. You have really good gear. It's really, really good. Click. Wow. Can't click on doors. Those ghosts, I just know they got it. They got it. Wait, where'd my mercenary go? That guy stinks. Not quite hitting the Countess. Just a little out of range. Ban tofu brisket talk? No. We encourage that kind of stuff around here. A tofu brisket. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Who'd a druid? Hail rune, bro. Gorisosh, welcome in. Oh, gotta stretch a little bit. Give me a second. Ooh, I did a push day at the gym yesterday. Oh my word. Oh, or was that the day before? I forget now. Oh my gosh, I'm so sore. Gosh, crazy how you just like don't lift for like a week or 10 days, you instantly lose. You just go back to being sore like you were brand new to lifting again. Oh man, it's crazy. Just crazy. Jordan, true story, by the way. I did do exactly that. Tomato reduction, yes. I'm quite the chef. AKA ketchup. Wish I could reach that teleport a little bit easier.
Like it's time.
Yo! Zara Pop. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. 3 months. Appreciate you. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I probably did. What I really got for anything good. Really got to get around doing some crafting for sure. Are any of these getting stupid high? A bazillion ambrunes. Maybe I'll just do some of these real quick here. Just while we're... The souls, soul. Let's go... Let's start at Thull here. Thull, you don't need nothing, right? Or do you? No, you do not. Yes, you do. Topaz. Taser. Taser. Yeah, I have almost no... This is going to be the limiting factor on any of these. And if these didn't have gem requirements, you could honestly cube up to a Jaw at LK in like 10 hours. So easy. Half your time would be spent doing this right here, though. Okay, A. What is it? A. Amethyst. $10 hours of doing the Countess, 10 hours of cubing stuff together. Really, I might as well do all the chip gems I got right now, and then just like stop picking up the lower stuff. To be perfectly honest, because once these run out, I'm like not going to do them anymore. Sapphire, the next one, right? Let's knock some of these out real quick. I'll do the rest some other time. Man, I couldn't imagine doing this without the shared stash, to be honest. What a disaster. Ruby? Right? 10.5 hours? Roasted. Just roasted. Forgot what rune I was on there for a second. The shocking thing to me too is I had so many shales and so many hell runes, but so few dull runes right in the middle. Kind of weird. Whoops, but... Oh, I'm an idiot. I wasn't doing dulls. I'm doing these. I never thought in my life, man, I wish I had more dull runes until just now. Not really. Just an interesting whatever. They must be not super common from LK, I guess. And Hell Countess or something. Oh, what? Oh. We'll just do that for now. I'm already bored. Try on console? I could see that being worse. Yeah, but I'm thinking like beforehand, like back in the day. Before they had the shared stash, it'd be Yeah, console before would be even crazier. The no from me, dog. $99 tails and orts, nice. Oh, legendary. Boy, this number of runs, this luck is going. Actually, it's probably spot on from what I was seeing on the whatchamacallit. Yeah, happy about that. You know what's weird is that these drops from the Countess are essentially exactly what the rune drop calculator was saying, and we were kind of looking at it as those drops on the dropouts calculator being only the monster drop table. But if you throw in the rune drop table, like, it's weird that it looks like almost exactly the same. Deca, no, not worth it. That's why I'm doing it. It's all up to it's whether it's worth it to you or not. Literally, the first time I ran LK to make Enigma, I found a lum rune. I kid you not, a lum. And I did the math, and I went into my shared stash, and the runes aren't in here. But I was like, okay, here's a lum, and I separate out. Here's the next tire rune, and I put them all next to each other, lined up. And I went, oh my gosh, I have enough to cube together to get to Ja and Burr now. And I boop, 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 boop. It was one of my first popular videos, actually. We got a Mal rune, a Mal rune. Mal or Mal? Let me know in the comment. Is it a Skithy or a Scythe? Let me know in the comment. I even heard some people say it was called Scythe one time. I was like, you guys, you're being ridiculous. It's Mal? It's Mal? Gotcha. Everyone says Mal. Okay. I'm hoping the laughter, you guys can tell I'm joking. Or am I? The little hack, real world hack from me to you. If you ever say something and you think you said something really stupid and wrong, just like laugh and be like, man, you guys, and act like you were joking. I might be serious, or I might not be serious. Do I find offline more fun? Kind of. It's not necessarily more fun, but it's kind of like more freedom. And I always find in games when you have more choices, it's always more fun. So I guess, yeah, I guess I am saying it's more fun, yeah. Yep. Like if I want to go run something, I don't have to, oh wait, that place is better for higher players count, so now I have to find more people to play with, or I have to try to do this or that. I have to split magic find with people. I have to, if I want to level, I have to do this, blah blah blah. If I, not like that. Also, because on single player you can being able to swap your build anytime you want to, and you don't have to worry about, because when there's ladder resets, the main purpose of playing online is playing with other people. And 98% of people follow the ladder resets, So if you're playing online, which the only reason to is to play with other people, really, then you have to do the ladders, which means you have to do ladder reset, which is fun. But then respecking into another character online to swap to a different build, to then try a different build, to then try a different build, it's like arduous, getting more tokens and stuff. So yeah, I guess I do just kind of like offline single player more. But I do like doing ladder resets though. But I just don't like playing long, extensive times online, So I think they're both good in different ways. Not a huge fan of trading anymore. I don't really like trading. Ever since I've been a content creator, really started to not like trading. Bathroom. Making beasts in a normal or elite one for the summon necromancer. Great question. I don't remember the requirements on a Zerker Axe. So the one thing I'll say is if you are a summon necro, you usually don't need to worry about survivability a lot because you have all these skellies everywhere, right? So I think what I did when I did make Beast is I made it in a Zerker Axe so that you could use it on Beast and then just pump points into the stats to use it on the Necromancer. I think that's what I decided. Because yeah, on offline single player, you got to make decisions like that. Like, am I going to pump the points in here or am I going to, because you're not going to make 7 different Beast rune words, right? Like, I mean, the goats will, I guess, but... single player on stream is pretty much like playing an MMO. Single player on stream. Not sure 100% what you mean by that. A couple other people kind of said the same sitch, recommending making it in a Zerker so you can use it on other melee builds. Yeah, that's... After I stopped and thought about it, what I did, I recommend that too, yeah. The way I would go, for sure. Someone asked, yeah, I'm on Players 1. I just remembered I seen it real quick, but I was in the middle of a sentence talking. Yeah, I'm on P1. Oh, someone must have asked if Reign of the Warlock is worth it. I would say it depends on your financial situation. To a lot of people, especially like, how do I word this? I don't want to word this in a condescending way or anything like that, but people that are in like how do you word this? Countries that are kind of like more wealthy, I guess you could say, European countries and the United States and stuff, like $25 isn't really a whole lot. Like, that's like 3 gallons of gas. Like, a lot of people would say just for the quality of life stuff, it's worth the money. But it depends if 25 American dollars is a lot to you or not, right? In other countries, people might only make like $4 grand a year and stuff like that, and it might be a lot of money for them and whatnot. But I guess it's tough to afford a computer to run D2R if you in those countries. But I mean, to some people, it is money they don't want to spend on. So I would say for most people, Reign of the Warlock is kind of worth it, but the Warlock is busted, so make sure you know that when you see it. So, can you use teleport when you're the wolf and the bear? No. So if you want to teleport, you have to change out of the wolf bear form to teleport, unfortunately. A lot of other skills, like all the druid skills, you can cast in bear and wolf form nowadays. But isn't that what it is? The druid skills you can cast in bear and werewolf form, but like battle orders and teleport stuff you can't like that. I think that's how it goes. Blink mail. This is ethereal. Blink bat? Ice blink? Ice blink. Yeah. Freeze target. Tier, chain gloves. Boy, I wonder how many times, like, my eyes, like, are crossing up on me. Oh, they're, like... I probably missed so much stuff that's not paying attention. Warlock's busted, but we like it, says Pismire. I don't know about that. Not so much. Personally. That's... much opinion there, but yeah. Oh my gosh, Trash said, let's see, 140 Canadian for a full tank yesterday. Ooh. Unfortunate. Yeah, luckily in my line of work, I don't have to get gas very often, so. I bought gas, it was like $2.89, and then the last time I got gas, I got like a half tank when it was at like $3.60 or something. I don't even know what it is at around here now. But I like seen there's one super busy road by where I live that they raised the price like within milliseconds. of anything happening in the world. And then there's roads that like shoot off it, that those places don't change their prices for like 2 or 3 hours after something happens. So I left the gym and I was like, what? Why is it like 420? And I was like, whoop, and I went down the road and it was like 289. I'm like, fill it up. Like, and that was like weeks ago, you know, so. What character do I think I'll do next? Saffron asks. I was not sure, actually. I'm not even sure. I just won't use the Enigma. I'll just teleport around the Sork and not use Energy Shield Nova Sword. I don't know. Maybe it's a new character, so maybe I'll even use the Warlock, but I just won't do Echoing Strike. Maybe I'll smash like Blood Boil or something, because that works pretty good too. But like budget gear Blood Boil is still works good, but it's more realistic, you know, more in line with the rest of the game. Oh, Mosaic Base, come out! Oh, Bow Barb, no, not about that. Yeah, because I may just go ahead. I think after I get done with these runs, either way, whatever I think I'm going to do a combined like 500 Andariel Mephisto runs. Just kind of like fingers crossed. Hopefully I get a Shaco and a Viper Magi and stuff like that, you know. Maybe Arachnus Mesh if I get lucky. Stuff, you know, maybe Andral's Visage from Mephisto. Who knows? But, you know, just kind of hoping to get some of those uniques and stuff like that. What build can best utilize Metal Grid? Well, nowadays, let's see, Metal Grid, pretty much just for the attack rating, so it's not really a ton, like, and it's probably not the most optimal in most cases anyways either, so kinda none? I don't know, what do you guys ever use Metal Grid on, any of chat? I don't, I've used it like once on like, Fury Druid for running Ubers or something one time, for like the attack rating, like that was like it. Jelly, yeah. So I put up a poll on my channel, and it was like 70-30 to start a new Grail. So, yeah. I finished the Holy Grail before, and it was like 70-30 to start a new Grail for Reign of the Warlock, rather than like transfer those characters over. So, it started all over again. Andre said he gambled a Metal Grid. I did that one time as well, actually. 1 P and B with a bunch of strength. If that could even be just 2 to poison a bone, it'd be so much cooler, but I'll hang on to it for now just because early on you have like nothing for characters, so. Physical damage Boa Paladin. I mean, that's a bit niche right there, but maybe. I've never played that build in my life, so. Boa Pally. Busy Boa Pally. That's a niche one. 1040 for diesel in Canada. So that's like, even with the exchange rate, what is that, like $8 like American? That's pretty crazy. I did hear diesel was more, but I didn't look into it at, like, really, you know. I pay attention to stuff, but like I can't pay attention to everything in the whole world, right? That's crazy. Jeez. New character every season. Yeah. Every season you have to make a new character. Yeah. Yep. Reasons to play the character after the season. The reason to play, yeah, if you want to play the character to go out and farm gear or something, you know, have fun with it. Yep. But that's what I'd make a character for the season, and then I jumped to offline single player because I find single player more fun to do stuff on. G-Stack says Cali over $8. Man, yeah, gas, huh? A pretty good time to not have to drive very far to work. Pretty lucky that I remember back when gas was like 4.30, something like that back in like, was that like after, that must have been like 2010, 12, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, I don't know, but whatever it was back in the day. And I used to, what am I doing? I used to drive like, it was like 52 minutes one way to work. And I had an F-150 at the time. And I was like, ugh! I got rid of the F-150 and got a Ford Focus. Of course, at the time, too, I was making like $8.50 an hour. Because jobs got so bad in Michigan at the time. Like, it was probably 2000. It was after 2008, like financial crisis, I think. I drove 52 minutes to a job that paid $8.50 an hour. Kid you not. Oh boy. Good times to graduate high school, everybody. I actually graduated in 04 and then was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then decided I would go get a job. And then I was like, oh wait, I can't. Never mind. Oh wait, I can't. Yeah, the first time I got gas, and it wasn't like, it wasn't one of those crazy things where, like, you know, sometimes you go to Kroger's and you get like $1.50 off a gallon, and people are like, look, I paid $1.10 a gallon, you know. It wasn't like that. It was just normal price. I paid $1.35 the first time I got gas. Yeah. Bunch of people got 85 cents, 89 cents. Must have been around there for a while. Back in the day, it'd be like 85 cents. It'd go up to like 92, and people would be like, oh my gosh, it went up so much. Yeah, retro fish. I graduated around the same time there. Yeah. Least favorite sound in the game? I don't know. That's weird. How about when you open the chests and they're just randomly super loud for no reason? That's my least favorite. I hate when that happens, to be honest. Nathan says, yeah, people would freak when it would go up a nickel. I mean, I guess in, you know, if it was like 80 cents and it went up a nickel, that is like 8% like gain instantly, you know, I guess so. It's technically. The sound of a jaw not dropping. Nice. That is a rough sound. Woo!
Hard to think back, but I think gas was 72 cents a gallon when I started driving.
Race, yo, thank you for the 100 bits. 72 cents, okay. Yeah, that's down there, that's down there. Yeah, you always hear them stories from, well, people older than probably any of us that are like, yeah, when I started driving, it was 18 cents a gallon. It was, I remember you could pay, it was $0.25 a gallon. You know, you'd go in with a couple of empty cans, return them, and you could drive around all week. Life belt, Arcanus? Oh, Bane's Authority. Oh, this is a different low-level one, huh? This is one of the, I don't know if I've seen this item yet, actually. I think I've seen some other Bane's piece. Interesting. So there's a little FCR belt, huh? A little one. I might actually, I might take a look at my FCR breakpoints and actually throw this on, maybe. So you don't have to craft a caster belt. There you go. Yeah. I forgot this existed, I guess. Or whatever. We're at 112. Let me see what we can do with... Because I do want to use the Crescent Moon, since I'm using Lightning. But the FCR breakpoint's rough to get to. Oh, boy. I need to upgrade it. Because then I'm going to lose a bunch of potion slots, ain't I? Maybe we'll do it. We'll upgrade it. It'll get FCR. It's got 20 to life. Yeah. It's gonna be sick, actually. I'll have to Google machine. I don't know how anyone would know this, but does anyone remember off the top of their head what's the recipe to upgrade set items? from the lowest level to the mid level like that. Ooh, another key. There we go. Just finding a Rax. Good call, Kevin. Ooh. Go from Denmark, welcome in. Rel, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's for the lowest level one. I don't know. Amethyst Rel. I'll try it, but that doesn't sound right for like the lowest level. That sounds like, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. And some kind of, I thought it was like, is it regular amethyst? We'll just wing it. See what happens. Nope. Shale, tail, perfect diamond. Sounds like some people are saying. We'll try it. Shale. Tail. Where's tail? Not tall, tail. Shot L. Oh my gosh, I threw them all back in. Ugh. Not the biggest, not that big a deal, but like, oh, why did I not just hit? Never mind. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys. Nailed it. There we go. I kept hitting the wrong hotkey, so I look like even a more dummier than I am. Appreciate y'all. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna gander at the FCR breakpoints because I could throw on the caster gloves, something like this. If I wanted to, I'd lose a bunch of mana, but maybe if I went Crescent Moon, get to the breakpoint, I'm gonna lose all of this. I'm at 90, so at 105. I could have used the other one this way actually. What does the mana go up to actually? So 13 to 900. I don't think that's gonna matter much actually. I think the limiting factor on Energy Shield actually is the skill level and the amount of damage that goes over to here rather than here. So maybe that'll be all right. So I got Crescent Moon up. I think it'll be faster damage, I think. We'll find out though. Why not, huh? 117 for lightning. Yeah, but I'm Nova though, not lightning, so. Ooh, my radius on my that felt pretty good, I'm gonna be honest. The radius on my static dropped quite a bit, actually. That's pretty devastating. So yeah, it's not lightning skills, it's just the lightning skill. So lightning and chain lightning. Yeah, that felt better. I'm gonna be honest. Felt a little better. Spontan said he found that belt the other day. Yeah, I just found that. That's interesting. I don't know. I completely forgot about it, I guess. Or I didn't remember that they added that. 10 FCR set belt. Yeah, I kind of like it, actually. Low level. There's not a ton on it. It's like just FCR pretty much. So it's like, yeah. And it says level 30 now. I should have looked at what the level requirement was before I upgraded it. I didn't see if it was different or not. Come on. Click the door, bro. This full set's OP for level 8. Yeah. So it's like a level 8 item. I forgot to look at that. It is 8. It's a lot of people say yeah. Okay. Yeah, the thing is that though, yeah, you can transfer it over and use it and stuff like that, but really you're not finding the full set by level 8, you know what I mean? So, but it's the type of item on a caster. You might use that item the entire game if you found it at any point. But it's a decision, like, do you only want FCR pretty much? Sure, it's got 20 life, but do you only want FCR, or do you want to get 24 faster hit recovery and 20 to life and 14 to lightning res, you know, on a rare belt, you know, so you're having to make a choice there. Do you literally only want this one stat, or do you want to try to get more stuff, you know? I kind of like it in that respect, I guess. The weapon you got to put points into dex. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't even remember. I guess I didn't look into the lower level sets. Like, didn't look into everything a ton, I guess. Double Herald in the Pits on P1. Legendary Jelly. Technically, they technically say you don't want that to happen, but at least you get 2 of them. You know, if you're only running like 1 Terror Zone and you have 2 Heralds pop up like that, then you kind of do want them to happen at the same time, because you're going to leave the game anyways. So always believe they. Look at all these sweet mid runes. Yeah, they've slowed down a little bit here. It's because I got like 3 of them all, like within 10 runs. I got like 3 mid runes, and then I haven't got one for like, you know, they're right on average pretty much. The biggest thing is looking at my last runs. They're 1 minute 40 seconds, 3 minutes 10 seconds, 1 minute 6 seconds, because I've been doing other things, you know, chatting, looking at stuff, reading comments. Yeah, because I could, if it wasn't for you people, I could be doing these like 3 times faster. Just want you, make sure you know that. It's not my fault. I'm half kidding. It's both true, and I wouldn't have it any other way. The new unique legend sword. I forget what does it have on it. It's Shadow Fang. Probably has amp damage or something on it. What? Oh, doo-doo. Forgot about that. Gotta stop at the stash. I mean, it depends. It could be used on Act 5 and stuff. I mean, I've seen different videos pop up or whatever. I haven't, like, watched them, but I would say, I'm guessing anyways, 9 out of 10 times, we're still going to use Act 2 Mercenary. Oh, Ruin. Shadow Fang. What's the sword that has might on it? Is that Last Wish, I think? Yeah, it could be. I'd have to look at it more. As soon as I seen it, I was like, ooh, this would be good on Act 5, but I never really tried it or whatever. Neo Hannibal. Craft some caster belts, get 10 FCR. Yeah, that's definitely the other option. That's the go-to option from before, yeah. And the crafted caster belts could definitely be better. Easily, in fact. But that's why I kind of think that set belt with that FCR is actually kind of like cool, fine, whatever, however you want to word it. Because it only has FCR. Like, you can make a caster belt and get, like I said, hit recovery, resistances, just as much life. You could get mana, you know. I think you get strength on a belt, right? I guess I didn't save a whole bunch of belts. I threw them all out, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I am saying. Oh, you know what I could have done? I forgot they're in the cube. I could have came over here and just sent them. Not used to it yet. They put a queue just to log into Battle.net? Interesting. Oh, Jake, sorry. Yeah, I'm just on P1. Yeah. It can only get 10 FCR. Talzy, are you saying that the belt, that's a set belt, gets 10 FCR? And that's all it can get is 10 FCR all the time? Yeah. So caster belts can only get a max of 10 FCR too, but they can be 5 to 10. I must have missed part of what you meant by that or whatever. Jake, so yeah, what the powers that be, the smarty pants Diablo 2 people have always said is that P1 for runes from the Countess is actually the best, supposedly. Yeah, sometimes I want to stop and take monsters out along the way. Just feel like it sometimes. Oh, Keldozad. I think I pronounced that right, maybe. It says that the barb does its war cry over the whatchamacallit, over the amp damage. I wouldn't have even thought about that. Till I tried it one time and I'm like, oh, that stinks. I don't know how often the barb war cries or whatever, I guess. I haven't tested it out myself, really. Well, we gotta check that, right? The crafted belts, I think online says it can only get 10 FCR. Yeah, so if you craft the caster belts, it can get 5 to 10 FCR on it. Yeah. I was just comparing caster belts to that new set belt that I slapped on here. Wait, did I slap that on? Yeah. Wait, didn't I look at it and I seen that I didn't even need to use this new belt? I could have just used my caster belt and got to the same breakpoint. Because it's at 110, right? Yeah, it is. Oh well. The shout ruined it? Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Good to know. I'll have to try it sometime though, just to make sure. See it for my own, through my own 2 eyes. New sword worthless for a Warcry barb. Well, I think you have to land strikes with the sword to cast the amp damage anyways. Almost got another level already. So, yeah, for a Warcry barb, it would be worthless either way. Or do you mean like on the merc for a Warcry barb, I guess? I'm not sure. We're on players 1. New level. I think I might go. I was going synergy, but maybe I'll go static because I want more range on it to be perfectly straight up. Straight up. Just use Reapers on an Act 2. Yeah, right. Might Merc with Reapers. Yeah. Port though. Oh. Sorry, I just gotta do a stretch once in a while. Oh, my pecs are. Oh, I was ripping it yesterday or the other day. I think I was. What is today? Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday. So Monday. Maybe. I don't know. Speaking of things I wasn't talking about, I gotta go pick my bowling ball up today. I took one of my old bowling balls that had a thumb hole in it. I got it filled because it's like the bowling ball is actually sick, but I had it from before I started bowling two-handed. Got the thumb hole filled, and I'm gonna get so many strikes. It's gonna be great. Might increase Warcry damage. So Warcry, I guess not. No, I didn't know we were only talking about the Warcry barb. I thought we were just talking about the Act 5 Merc overriding the amp on the Shadowfang or whatever. So my average, I don't know what it would be up to or down to. So last week, the last time I bowled, it was 191. But I had a couple of bad games. I bowled like a 160 something and like a 170 something. And then I bowled a 232 the last game. So, which the last game, don't tell anybody, but I was using, the first 2 games I was using the ball that I've been using for a while. And I was like, this thing's not reacting. This ball just literally died. It's dead. And I grabbed my old ball, but it has a thumb hole in it. I use it for my spare shots. And I was like, I'm just going to use this for the main one because it's still got some juice in it. And I ended the game with like 8 straight strikes or something. The final game, or 7, you know. So, how do you bowl two-handed? Well, it's really just one-handed, but you like hold the ball a little bit with the other hand. But you just only put 2 fingers in it, instead your thumb doesn't go in the ball. It's mega common nowadays, by the way. Just like mega common. For men who bowl, it's literally like 50-50 nowadays for people who bowl with no thumb in the ball or their thumb in the ball. It's literally 50-50 probably. $165 when you're in high school? Well, yeah. Yeah, bowling's a cool thing just to do for fun. You know, like up until when I came into this season, I'd been bowling. This is my... I'd never bowled in the winter before, but I bowled a summer league three times. Where I bowled, it was me, my wife, my mother-in-law, and my sister-in-law. Like, you know, like just bowling just for fun to bowl because bowling, I think bowling's fun, kind of, you know. Sort of competitive, but like, if you don't do good, you know, or if someone on your team doesn't do good, you can just look at it as like, well, I tried my best and I bowled pretty good. So, you know, they had a bad game. It's no big deal, just for fun, you know. Plus, they got beer there, so how bad could it be, right? But yeah, coming into this season, my average was 163. So my pin average went up like 30 pins this season. So I started doing a lot better. Yeah. Who do you think you are? I am. I get it. I get it. No hook method? No hook method, huh? I don't know that a lot of people do that. It sounds like a method for not getting a lot of strikes. I mean, you definitely, that's like what I did before I started bowling two-handed. Because I've had some major wrist issues in my life, you know, like hand injuries. So getting my hand under like the equator of the ball is like, even though I'm big enough and strong enough to, it's like essentially impossible without like excruciating pain. Even pros do a no hook shot. Interesting, because I watch bowling like almost daily. I'd never seen it before in my life, so interesting though. I know on certain oil patterns it might look like it's not hooking much, but they still hook it, right? I'm pretty sure they hook it. I mean, I've never seen anybody, but maybe it's just we watch different people or something. I don't know. Almost got a 710 before, says Mad Dog. That'd be impressive. I did pick up a pretty impressive one last week. I picked up a 610 last week. That's pretty impressive. I think it was the first frame too, or maybe it was the second frame. I was proud of it anyways. Zero Cool said used to bowl every Monday night, just there for the beer and chicken fingers, right? Just to get out of the house, go hang out with the boys, get some beers. Yeah, that's like 50% of why I did like this winter league. I'm super happy I did this winter league. Because like I work from home, I take my daughter to school every day. I pick her up from school. If I want to go to the gym on the weekends, I have to take her with me. Like she's always with me, which I love my family and everything. Like you guys know where I'm like, you know, like you get where I'm going with it. Oopsie. Sleepwalking says the no-hook method is like spinning the ball like a top with all side spin. I have only seen that done in videos talking about crazy ways people used to bowl a long time ago.
What can I do for you?
On YouTube. I've never seen anybody do that recently, but I guess I haven't seen everything in the world. It's possible that that is a thing that people are doing nowadays, I guess. What if that rare Scepter I didn't pick up was worth 5 burrs? Yeah, the thing is I find it highly unlikely I could find a lot of people to trade it to. So it's always so hard to find people to trade with, you know. So I just didn't bother on offline single player here. So yeah, if you didn't know I was on single player, I'm on offline. So I was kind of playing that up as a little joke, but yeah, I'm offline, so there's no trading. Just spam some of my videos. So I was live. Blood Omen, appreciate you. Oh wait, where am I? I thought I was over here. You sleepwalking, you do a couples league? Interesting, okay. Get away from the kids, there you go. Yeah, that's what well, sometimes we have to bring our kid to the bowling, but, you know. This is cool to get out and do something. I like doing something competitive where you can try to win or lose. That's one of the, you know. Sucky Today says you're a one-handed bowler but no thumb. Yeah, I find that one the craziest one personally. I've tried doing that before and I cannot keep the ball from like dropping off my hand, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't tried it too many times, but just I have tried it. But I've seen people do that and it's, maybe I need to start hitting this. Get myself a great armor. How do we pronounce that one? That one I legitimately don't know how to pronounce. The no hook is a misnomer. It doesn't mean never hook. Just that throwing for spares, they won't use a hook. Oh, well, yeah, throwing at spares. Okay, I must have misunderstood or misread something or something, yeah. Of course, yeah, you don't... The pros, like, almost never hook at spares, right? Unless it's one of those ones where they're, like, those two pins in a line where it's so much easier to hit it from the angles so you don't, like, glance off of it and stuff. Yeah, they go straight at everything. Okay, I must have misread, or sometimes I'll miss comments because it's hard for me to see the first comment and then the second one and then the follow-up one too, so maybe it was a situation like that. But yeah, if that's what you're talking about, I get you now. Yeah, straight at your spares, kids. That's what they say. Look at your spares, kids. Soul rune, little light plates. No. Who do you think I am? You are. Zmoxy. Been your goal lately since you've got Tyrell's Might and completed the Holy Grail? So I started a new Holy Grail, actually. I put up a vote up on my channel whether I should, like, I was gonna just try to find the new uniques and set items to fit to, like, have a completed Holy Grail again. And I put up a poll, and it was like, vast majority of people said start a new grail. Like, that's what they wanted to see, so. It was like 70-30. That's what I'm doing. What? Blood Omen said you had a 245 average? That's definitely the highest average I've ever heard. One of my friends has a 221, and that was like crazy high. He came up to my bowling league the last time I bowled, which was last week, and it's just so he's like, yeah, my third game last week I bowled a 300. I'm like, what? I think yeah. How far along on the new Grail? I actually haven't been unique hunting pretty much. All I've done so far is played through the game, ran lower Kurast, and now I'm running the Countess. So after I do this, I'm pretty sure after this I'm gonna do like Andy. I'm going to do a combined like 500 Andy Meph runs, and that's going to get me like a long way. Like probably 50% of the way. I'm just kind of guessing here. I don't know actually, but it'll probably get me 500 runs to Andy and Meph will probably get me like 50% of the way down with the Grail. Oh, another mid rune. Let's go. We're 280 runs in. I've gotten like 3 like 3 Mals, all these pulls and lems. Crazy. Crazy. Let's go. Going swimmingly. Casual 300, I know, right? Yeah, he doesn't even care anymore. He's probably got like somewhere in the 20 to 30 of them, so pretty crazy. He throws a pretty, it's funny too, because he throws I was talking about it. His is pretty straight. It's not straight. He puts a little hook on it, but he's like, I don't throw it hard. I don't hook it a ton. I just go up the same throw, the same light throw every time. I'm like, yeah, it works for him. It does. $840 series? My God, that's pretty good. Pretty good sleepwalking. 840. I don't even know what my best series is, but it's not even close to that. Holy crap. I would say probably mid 600s actually. Probably. Like I had a couple of games that were like in the mid 2s and then probably bowled like I don't know. Yeah, I'm not super great. I'm inconsistent for sure. I'm not a super great bowler, but I can bowl good, I guess. You know what I'm saying. Jeremy, welcome in. Wii Bowling. Enjoy corn dog. Enjoy. That's like the skateboard company, isn't it? That was my favorite skateboard ever had. Was an Enjoy. If that really is that a skateboard call out? Let me know. $260 to $275 average your grandpa was in a league? What? How could you average that high? That's insanity. That's insanity. Can we say 120's average for bowling? I mean, if you actually talked about like all the people in the world, yeah. Like, the thing about bowling in leagues too is how good you are doesn't actually matter much. Really, if you're bad, it could be better for you, really. Because they go by what your average is, and it's how good or bad you do over average. Like, if your average in the league is like 80 pins, how many pins under your average are you actually going to bowl, ever? What are you going to bowl, 11? No. If your average is 80, you're going to bowl like 60, like sometimes. But sometimes, if you get lucky, you could easily get like 2 or 3 strikes in a row, just random pins falling randomly around, and bowl like a 150, you know, and then you're 70 pins over average. But if your average is like 250, it's going to be difficult to bowl like 70 pins over average, you know. So really, handicap averages, whatever, handicap league. Yeah, so I probably worded it wrong there, but you guys can forgive me. I probably worded it wrong. Yeah, that's like last week we bowled a team that was people just bowling for fun. You know, they were kind of older people or whatever, but the first game we beat them, we were giving them like 215 pins or something like that. The first game we beat them by like 70. The second game they beat us by 210. And the third game we beat them by like 190 or something, you know, like, because I bowled at 230 and everyone else bowled like the same as they usually did. But so yeah, it's like wild swings there, you know. But yeah, they beat us by 200 something because of their, you know, their person that averaged like 105 bowled like a 140, and you know, like, yeah. J1Z won your first league you ever bowled in. You averaged 105 and they got up to 150 by the end of the season. Yeah, we're actually in first place too, and it's for the exact same reason. There's 2 guys on my team that never bowled in a league before, and you know, the one guy started off averaging like 130, 140, something like that, and now he like regularly bowls in like the 170s, 180s. So the first like 2 or 3 weeks we were like, you know, not doing that great. But then he started getting better and better, and he would practice, and then, you know, another guy on the team who he actually bowled regularly but never in leagues. He just would randomly go bowl all the time. It was pretty good. When he started the league, his ball was jacked up. He never knew. So he never knew that if you bowled all the time, your ball could soak up oil and then it like wouldn't hook at all. So we started the league and he's like, man, my ball won't hook at all. And I'm like, you'll figure it out, man, you know? And then after like 2, 3, 4 weeks, I picked his ball up to hand it to him one time and it almost slipped out of my hands. I was like, what? Why is your ball so oily? And I wiped it off and went to hand it back to him and it was all oily again. And I'm like, bro, you need to get this baked. Get the oil out of it. He's like, what? Never heard of that. Yeah. And then he instantly was shooting like 200 every other game. Yeah. D-Gen, come on, bro. Come on. You need to take D2R off the front of that and just put the D-Gen part on. We're gonna have to. Come on, bro. I guess I walked into that one, didn't I? Man. D-Gen, come on, bro. Anyways. I should put you in timeout for that, to be honest. Not appropriate. Awakenings. Just clarifying, making sure you understand what I was saying. Blood Omen said personal best 297. I mean, that's good. That'd be painful, though. I'm not going to lie. Painful. I've never gotten that close. The best I've gotten is probably, and I'm just guessing here, probably like 7 straight at the start or something like that. Ooh, actually a couple weeks ago I did that. Now I think about it. It was ugly, though. I think I had 7 or 8 in a row strikes to start the game, but they're like 4 of them were Brooklyn. Something like that. It was just strictly luck, pretty much. Strictly luckiness, so. Never knew that thing. Have them baked. Yeah, so you say baked, you can do it yourself. I actually take care of mine myself to get the oil out. There's a few different ways you can do it. If you get the ball up to like 100 and some 110, 20, or like 120, 130 at most, like that, the oil will like come out of the ball. Because the balls soak up the oil over time, like depending on the type of ball you have also. So yeah, you can give it to your pro shop. They have a little oven that goes up to like 130 degrees, and they put it in there for an hour, and the oil just all drips out of it. A little trick you can do is your ball will soak up water if you soak it in water. But the thing is that water will evaporate over time, and oil does not. So you can actually put your bowling ball in a 5-gallon bucket, and if your water in your house gets hot enough, you can like run hot water over it, and then you like put some dish soap in there and wash the oil off of it over and over again. I wouldn't recommend doing this like an hour before you go bowling. But if you have a couple of weeks between bowling or something, you can let the water will evaporate out of it, anything that soaks into it. So, yeah. Guys. Stop being so immature. Like, maybe like the first time it was funny, but like, grow up, okay? But seriously though, we're talking about bowling. Basic bowls. Seems like somebody who would know a thing or two about bowling. Official bowling channel, actually. But yeah, I had heard a little trick I'd seen on the interweb, and it worked out. And my friend who, I told him he probably shouldn't do this, but he does it, and he swears by it. So he takes his bowling ball and sets it kind of close to a space heater. And I'm like, and then he's like, yeah, just turn it every once in a while. I'm like, you kind of got to be careful with that, bro. And he's like, oh, no, it works great. And I'm like, okay, all right. You're going to have to buy another bowling ball if it happens, so. One thing you can do, too, that's like mega extra doubly safe. I did this the first few times that I wanted to get oil out of my ball. You can just take it in the middle of the summer and just set it out in the sun. Space heater does kind of seem like a bad idea, right? But it works as long as you're careful. But you can actually just take your bowling ball and set it in the sun. And you'll set it out there and just come back like 5 or 10 minutes later, and the whole side of your ball that the sun's shining on will just be all oily. And if you just walk out there every once in a while, you can just walk out there and wipe and like bowling ball cleaner, just clean it off. And that'll get all the oil out too. But if you want to get it done great, you can just take it to the pro shop and they'll take care of it for you. Oh, plastic balls won't soak up oil like that for sure. But they also won't hook at all. Well, not at all as an exaggeration, of course. They are not as hooky. Whatever the word I'm thinking of. See, points aside, if you were 1 strike off from a perfect game, would you rather it be the first or last? I guess I would rather it be the last, because if your first strike isn't a strike, you're not even close to a 300, really. So really, you're not actually close to a perfect game, really. What would that be, a 289? Which is not bad, I would take it, but I mean... Is my math right? I don't have perfect bowling math, so I'm not, But I'm pretty sure a spare on the first throw, like a 9 spare, and then all strikes is a 289, right? Oh, 290. Oh yeah, yeah, because the first one doesn't add to it. Oh, okay. Would it be 289 if it was the second shot with a spare? Because then the 9 would add to the first one, but it would just be a 9 adding to it? Or no? I don't know. Ooh, little find. Okay. Early on, this is cool to get, for sure. Little string of ears. How good's it going to be? 15 DR. 13. That's fine. Cool to get. Cool to get right there. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Don't usually hunt a ton of uniques out here, but I do have a little bit of magic find. What am I sitting at? 77. A lucky number, so. Yeah. Well, Cuckoo doing good. Having a great time. Hopefully you are as well. Welcome in. 279 if 9 spare. Yeah. Well. Anyway, that's not super important whether it's what it is, but yeah. I guess I would go with the final one, even though it would be painful to be that close to a 300 and not get it. But can you even upset items? Sock. Yeah, you sure can. You might be way behind on stream, actually, because I just upped the set item earlier. Actually, you know what I need to do as well is throw that caster belt back on, because I think it has some other stuff that can help me out on it too, and I don't really need this 10 FCR at the moment. Here, we'll hit all the graves this time, just cuz. Haley, I'm not end guru run. I'm not sure what that means. End game run and nope, I can't decipher. Sorry. Blood Omen talking about getting a 299. It is pretty painful. It's oh my gosh. Oh my word. This is just going great. We're not even 300 runs yet. Already got all these ists, all these other ones. Another 300 runs, Baroon. Just kidding. Psych! This is just going great. Imagine if I actually were running the runs like faster. Where's Infinity? Not going Infinity first there, Bippity. I'm gonna go Enigma first. Just a couple of ists. Yeah, we're gonna be another ist rune on the next run. Man, I gotta turn off this. I gotta figure out where this auto translate is. I know everyone told me where they thought it was, but like Oeka says yeah, and it translated it to wolf. So I wonder what language YEY saying yeah means wolfin. I have no idea. There's some auto translate thing got anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. There's some auto translating setting that got turned on accident, like whether there was a YouTube update or something that turned it on or something, and I can't figure out where it is. And everything that anyone's ever said where it is, I Googled it. It's like, go to this gear at the top of the chat and blah, blah, blah. There is no gear on my screen, so I don't know where it is. I don't know. But yeah. Just kind of a funny, it's not too painful. It's just when people say things like, yo, or yo, 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 it translates to like, run, 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 because yo means like run in some language or something. I don't know. But oh, G's got to hop out to a doc appointment. Hope for the best, G Stacks. Take care. Sleepwalking looked up or knew off the top of his head, not sure which one. All the 9 spares for spare on the first frame in 980, 280, 279. Gotcha. Okay. Ooh, those ghosts are calling my name. Oh, I thought that was another ist real quick. I was like, oh my gosh. Mind was about to be lost. Bases or uniques more? Pretty much uniques way more, yeah. I hate farming for rune word bases. I like the Holy Grail type of thing and finding the super rare uniques and stuff. Yeah. You just had that off the top of your head. Gotcha. I do know people that bowl all the time, and you say you've been bowling for decades. Yeah, they just look up at the score and they're like, oh, this person's max is like 251, and then they'll throw a ball and they'll be like, oh, now their max is 232 or something. You're like, how did you? Okay. Just to see it so often you memorize it, I guess, or something. But yeah. At the Giant's Thresher. Well, hopefully it's got 4 sockets in it. This guy seems pretty sweet. Talking about me? Hopefully. Choose between Nova with Infinity or Warlock with Enigma for single player. Nova for sure. I guess. But the thing is I don't want to only play one build, you know? Enigma opens up Barbarian for Pit Zerker, or Hammered In, or even Lizard Sorceress I use Enigma on, or, you know, Wind Druid, or Lightning Fury Javazan, or, you know, there's every build uses Enigma. But if you're rocking a Pit Zerker, you're not using Infinity. If you're doing, you know, all kinds of stuff, don't use Infinity, I guess. A lot do. But I like the versatility of the Enigma more, personally. I have done it both ways as well. I have made Infinity first, and I made Enigma first, starting a Holy Grail. And yeah, I went back for the diamond. Yeah, I need those diamonds. Ooh, I have too many Ral runes. I do need to make a Ral rune mule now, huh? Oh boy. First mule of Reign of the Warlock. Let's call it... It's got to be Barb, too. Barb's got to be the mule because they can carry the most because they're the biggest. They're the strongest. What am I calling this? Let's go Caster 1. Great. Oh, shnikes. I forgot that it sends it. It sends it to the thing. At least I remembered. Druid can turn into a bear and hold your items. You know, mean. I guess they could be pretty strong too, huh? Oh, that's too many. I want to go 50 in here. And then I'll have to make another one. I don't have to, I guess, but 50, 51. So let's see, 54 by 5. So there's 20. It's 70. Maybe we'll just do that. Wait, why can't I? Oh, it's a different character, so I got different hotkeys. Right. We'll just rock it this way real quick. Just got to do a quick transfer in over to a mule. In general, I wouldn't recommend people having to do this, but being a content creator, you know, I like doing them in packs, so then I can make a video of them. If I ever craft online, I always do it one at a time, like as I get the materials to do it. But just being a YouTuber, I like doing them in giant packs like this. So. Does shift right click give you 3 at a time? You can, but I don't think can you 3 at a time over to your stash? I might just be forgetting. What does it say? Oh wait, it doesn't say it. Oh, control right click moves 3. Oh. Well, you know. To be honest, it's not too rough doing this, to be straight up, but I should have done that. You are accurate. I forgot about that. I was thinking that it only sent 3 to your cube. You know. I'll remember one day. So I got this full 50-50 2020. So yeah, that's some room. I don't know what this Ngru thing you guys are talking about, by the way. If it's some joke or something, you probably just drop it because I don't get it. So, like super mad about it. I just don't know why everyone keeps saying it. You don't have to degen. Just stop talking about the thing that has nothing to do with what I'm doing, I guess is what I'm kind of getting at, chat. Enough people have mentioned like the new exploit thing that popped up or whatever, you know. It's just yeah. It's alright. I'm all good. I'll look it up after stream or something. Think this job stresses me out sometimes? Yeah, of course. I mean, sometimes. Just because my reading skills ain't as good, right? Also, what stresses me out... Why haven't more people hit the like button on the stream? We've only got 137 likes. Come on, fellas. Help a brother out. Can you have beers on Tuesday? It is technically allowed, yeah. Yep, that is allowed. Sleepwalking, yeah, I'm not sure. There's something I'll have to look up after stream, because trying to explain stuff through, like, text while I'm trying to read and answer stuff like that is, like, impossible. So right now I can't really look at it, and you know, kind of got my goals here to do or whatever. So products. Blood Omen says always gives 2 likes. So you hit the like button and then you hit it again? You hit it twice all the time? Checks out. Checks out. Oh, I just remembered I heard a sound. I was like, what is that sound I just heard outside? It's the garbage truck. I forgot to take the garbage out today. Hopefully my wife did it. I wasn't paying attention. Oh! At least I found a pull rune even though I forgot to take the garbage out today. Oh, yeah. Nailed it. How'd the tree trimming do? Turns out I didn't do it. I needed to, but I didn't do it. I gotta get it pretty soon here, to be honest. That tree I gotta get trimmed real soon. Returning player catching a live stream. Love the YouTube videos. Thank you so much, Mick Spanky. Thank you for watching the vids. Appreciate you. You live where it's cold? Yeah, it's not the hugest deal, but I just wanted to, you know. It's supposed to be warmer now, so it's like above freezing. But yeah, it's not the hugest deal. I don't really, you know. I did need to trim that tree though, because it's gonna start like budding soon. It'll pop out new branches, and I need to trim it so that it goes, oh, these branches are gone. We need to grow new branches all around here, you know. Another key, let's go. I wonder where my key situation's at. But yeah, I need to get outside, and there's some stuff I need to do. There's supposed to be a bunch of pretty cold days coming up too, where the high is like 43 and stuff. But then, so yesterday was like 70. Today's supposed to be like 68. Tomorrow's supposed to be like 42. The next day's supposed to be like 65, and then 64, and then like 70, and then like 41 again, and then like 42, and then like in the 50s. So it's like, you know. 21 keys, man. We got a lot more keys I gotta get. I'm actually in Michigan. Yeah, I do live in Michigan. Yep. True story. And I should have... I literally, that day I said I was going to trim that tree too, I got off stream and I just... Wait, did I go to the gym that day? I don't remember. But whatever day I was going to do it, I was like, I'm going to go out and trim that tree right now. And then I just sat there and stared at my phone for hours and just laid there like... It felt like I was exhausted and going to fall asleep or something. I was pretty disappointed in myself, to be perfectly honest. Not gonna lie. Disappointing. Chronicle account based, not seasonal. Yeah, I guess for online. The Chronicle online, to be honest, is kind of sketch. Since you get stuff into the Chronicle when you don't even find it. There was multiple times I hopped into a game, and then like 30 seconds later, before I went over to buy potions and stuff, and then it's like bloop, and it's like, you found D-Web, and it's like, what? No, I didn't. I'm buying potions, you know. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of sketch, but it's whatever. At least offline is by itself. Imagine if offline and online was together. Be devastating. The Chronicle honestly works pretty fine for offline, single player, since it's only you finding things. Someone else snatched it. Well, yeah, exactly. Someone else just randomly in the game found the stuff and I didn't do anything. People probably like multi-box and they're bow barb that they don't even use, but they just run out and battle order themselves up with. Probably have like completed Chronicles and stuff. They just sit in town though, while you go out and just to get the players count up. Isn't 40 shorts and flip-flop weather in Michigan? No. I mean, about 60 you could do that. It depends on the time of year too. There will be days where it's going to be like 55 in Michigan and sunny, and I'll be outside in shorts and a t-shirt for sure, but 40 is a bit of a stretch. That's a bit of an exagge. Yeah, Kawasaki green, exactly. Yeah. Definitely. Yesterday, I was shorts and a tank top, went for a walk. But I mean, that's because it was 70. You know, that makes sense. Oh, we got a small charm. Okay. Fan Club said it'd be worse if someone sniped the item you needed for your Chronicle. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. But yes, that would be painful, no doubt. So yeah, it's kind of it's kind of a one or the other type situation. Which one do you want? Like you actually have to find the item yourself, or like you actually have to find the item, or you get credit for an item you don't find, you know? But then you risk having it sniped, you know? I mean, the one thing too is there that many people that play in public games with people right next to them all the time? I thought almost everybody, and I could be wrong, you know, and obviously everyone does things differently. I thought 95% of people like did split magic finding because they didn't want people to snipe their stuff, you know what I mean? So that wouldn't really happen majority of the time. I'm full of Eth runes, huh? Tiers or iths. I guess these are all like cube up like this. So it would just take me to 70 trillion Ral runes, I guess. And then what am I going to do with all these rails? Because the rails are going to overpower the amethyst in a hurry, yeah? I'm almost at the point where I need to stop picking up these lower runes, huh? Which I might do, actually. Because, yeah, what, I have 150 Ral runes already? And I only have, well, this will get up higher, but I'm going to have way more Rals than I have anything else already, so. Yeah, I'll have to make a decision at some point, huh? Probably pretty soon here. Another mule incoming? Maybe. Ethrune mule incoming. 40 might as well be absolute zero. You live in Texas, Peter? Yeah, I mean, it obviously is it depends where you live. We went to Phoenix a few months ago, and it was during a wacky cold spell. Literally at night, it was like 25 degrees in Phoenix. During the day, it was like, there was like highs in Phoenix of like 52 degrees and stuff like that. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, we go on vacation to Phoenix and it's this cold? Like, yeah, it's winter, but you don't expect that, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it was like, it would be like 62 degrees and sunny out, and we're walking around in shorts and a tank top, you know, literally. And there's people like winter coats, like those ones that look like sleeping bags that you cut the bottom off. You know? But of course here there was like 2 feet of snow and it was like -7, you know, so. Oop, didn't get my whatchamacallit. Yeah, maybe for the online chronicle. I'm not a programmer, so someone's gonna be like, you can't program that, this or that, blah blah blah. It should be. And then obviously you could, the problem this would fall into is the scammers that would know what dropped and they wouldn't have to they could trade it as unidentified. But if the item like dropped near you, similar to how you get experience if you're within 2 screens of it monster getting taken out, you get experience for it. Maybe if it drops within 2 screens and you're partied with the person, you know, kind of situation. But then of course the same thing would arise with people would be able to tell what item dropped then, and like, but oh well, you know, maybe there's not a perfect solution. This is what it is. Oh. Rune words were removed from online shared for the Chronicle. Oh, I didn't know. I never really thought about that they were all on there together. Maybe I'll trim that tree today, because that'll only take me like a half hour or an hour most. Maybe 20 minutes to actually trim it and like 20 minutes to clean up all the little branches and stuff. Maybe I'll do that today before I go to the gym. And I have to go to the gym. I have to get my bowling ball back. I have to drop off my taxes. So I can't stream super late today. Whoa! Holy moly! You. That was close. I didn't see what I got down to there, but it was probably close to single digits. Oh, Sweat Hog, you were talking. Okay. Yeah, that almost cost me. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered that much, but trees should be trimmed level with the ground. Easy maintenance after that. I don't know why I find that an incredibly funny joke. It's just so stupid that it's funny. This much health isn't exactly comfortable. Well, I'm rocking energy shield, so. But yeah, if I had more plus skills, it would be much more comfortable. Because then my energy shield would absorb way more of the damage. Because yeah, what is it even at right now? So 79% of the damage. So 21% of the damage goes over to my life, and I only have, you know, barely any life, so. You have a few extra trees that can go away? Yeah. I have one full-size tree in my yard, so. This is like a miniature. I have the one I need to trim is a miniature dapper willow. Not a dappled, dapper willow. It's like, you know, it's got a top hat and a monocle and stuff. And it says, good day, sir. So it's very dapper. I don't think, you know what the thing I'm kind of surprised? I don't think I've gotten anything really off of any of these packs I've taken out along the way. That's like the most uncommon, to be honest. I haven't gotten a white monarch even. Maybe I got a mid rune off of one. Oh, archers, good god. Not, usually I get something. But can't complain because really the Countess has been nasty. Already getting a couple of ists and, you know, a few mals and stuff, yeah. Sweat Hog said your HOA said you couldn't take down a tree behind your house. That's crazy. So you've been dumping motor oil on it for years? Nice. I feel like that's not good for it. Could be wrong though. Oh, good thing I hit that poppable. Oh. Countess runs, let's go, yeah. Probably the thing that I'm most shocked about, honestly, too, one of the more shocking things, the number of keys I've gotten. I feel like I should have gotten more keys. What have I got, 19 keys now out of 315 runs? Oh, I actually have 21. It's one every 14 or 15 runs, I think it is on average, so maybe that's fine, I guess. Maybe that's not bad. I guess I really just haven't done that many runs. Just hitting P1. Oh, that make mass. Kill speed way faster than yesterday. Whoa! I wouldn't go that far. Actually, looking at my last few runs, I do a lot of talking, and if you've seen right there, I seen monsters were walking towards me. Oh, speaking of keys, I seen monsters were walking towards me, and I said, I'll just keep flashing. They'll get taken out. And I was reading chat like this while the monsters were walking into my Novas. So, like my last 3 or 4 runs have been a minute 7, a minute 26, 55 seconds, 52, 109. But here, I'm going to do one run, max efficiency here. They're right around 30 seconds, I think, if I actually tried to run the Countess at speed. I'll tell you guys what it says, because I crop it off at the bottom, because you know. Yeah, so we're at 28 seconds. Yeah, so 31 seconds if I actually ran the Countess. But yeah, you know, I do other things, you know. Is there a drop calc for keys? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the same drop calc I use for everything else. You can look up keys, you can look up runes, you can look up all that stuff. Tajay, I think is how that's pronounced, says good luck on the farming. Appreciate you. P1's 1 and 13. Sounds about right. I couldn't remember if it was, I thought it was 14 something, but I could be wrong. 13, 14, 15. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, they're close enough that it wouldn't change how I did anything in the game, like, based upon those numbers. But yes, it's somewhere around there. You might be right. 13 points. Maybe you are right. 13.7 is the number that's actually in my head now that you say that. course, that's going to depend on which drop odds calculator you use too, I suppose. Tie, just P1. Yeah, Blood Omen. You got to talk out loud about keys. The AI will overhear you. Man, I'm about to be done playing if I don't find a key right now. And then it instantly drops that run to keep you engaged. That could be factual. Yeah, I got a good feeling. Never mind. Come on. Orc. There was a low rune. There was an IO that I grabbed. There sure was an IO. James, yeah, I think it's factually true that if you say that, yeah, you're more likely to get the Burr rune for sure. Yep, you probably will for sure get one actually. Should be hitting this super chest, huh? The little baby super chest there. Oh, another key. Let's go. I'm just joking about it. That's not. You know that I'm joking about the saying it out loud thing, right? Thought I ran by it. Nope, I snagged it real quick. Real quick. Got Blood Omen, see, you know what's up. Hate it when the Countess drops a regular key. Baratrix. Never thought about it. I don't see those. Actually, I have thought about it now. I can remember kind of thinking that I don't actually get mad, but I've had the same thought like jokingly. Like in my head to myself. Another low rune. Can't seem to find runes over pull or any keys. You terrorized the entire game and found 2 Sunder Chimes? That's crazy. Oh, offline players 8. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people raised their eyebrows when I said it, but I feel like it's going to be way easier to find Sunder Chimes on single player here than online. Could be wrong though. Because when you do a full game clear, you can up it to P8 and you get 100% of the drops. You know, so you'll always get the Sunder Chime when it drops. It's never going to go to somebody else. I haven't done it yet though, so we'll see. We'll see. Viper Magi. Thank. One of these times I'm hoping to pop a Viper off one of these random monsters. P8 Sunder Charms in single player poof. Don't do it. Yeah, what does that mean, Sleepwalking? If you run players 8 on single player, your Sunder Charm will poof on you? That doesn't make any sense. Oh. Okay. Yeah, okay, it was a joke. I got. Yeah, I didn't get the joke, I guess. Time to pick up that Warlock again. Oh, no, not happening. Nope. Yeah, I haven't looked into it yet, but yeah, a lot of people were saying like it would be faster and more fun just to go around and kill giant packs of monsters. I gotta look into it a little bit, whatever it is. I don't want to get into it right now, to be honest. Don't like the sound of terrorize the whole game? Yeah, Nathan, I don't really want to do that either, but unfortunately, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, because maybe I'll just wait a few and see what they're gonna end up doing with the Thunder Chimes, and maybe they'll change it. Because yeah, I don't mind running like a Terror Zone now and then, like when a good one pops up and this and that. But man, I don't want to have to run, you know, these ridiculous areas, you know. I don't want to have to run the Great Marsh. I don't want to have to run, you know, like... Don't want to do it. Which I guess you don't have... Actually, you don't have to do it, Phil. You don't have to do anything. Which is what I'm saying. I may just choose to not do it. Because you don't need Thunder Chimes. Like... You only need Thunder Chimes to run Terror Zones, really. So it's kind of funny that they trap Terror Zones behind... Thunder Chimes behind Terror Zones, when you only need the Thunder Chimes to run the Terror Zones. Kind of funny. But. Yeah, and the thing about the shards is you can just, like, if you're using them just to go out and farm and to level, you can just choose to only use the ones you want, right? So I guess the shards in general are kind of fine. But the fact that the Thunder Charm is trapped behind having to run the full game, not literally, but the drop odds are vastly higher if you get the tier 5 Herald and keep running with it, instead of going to a new game and doing what you actually want to do, you know? That's the one thing I don't like about it. But Thunder Chime's or Terror Zone's never been my favorite thing anyways. Never been my favorite. What builds use Grief? So Fistike, almost every melee character, really. Yeah, so yeah, I'll check out whatever information there is on whatever this random exploit thing is after stream, all right? I don't know if maybe I pin a comment. Yeah, no, never mind. I'll just... But yeah, I'll check anyone in here if they're asking about, you know, I'll check it out after stream. This doesn't sound like anything I really care too much about, but I'll check it out just so I know everything about whatever's going on. Later. Ethrune. Not that great. It rhymes. It rhymes, Killy. Nathan saying TZ Andy. Cool. TZ Pits, fine. TZ anything, Act 3. Ugh! Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could say TZ Trav if you're someone who likes Trav. Act 3 is not all bad, but yeah, not my fave. That's your story. Player Jungle's pretty nasty, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of choosing where I want to farm. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. Like, it's not for everybody, but I like kind of how, when I make my videos, you know, you do hundreds of runs to one place, and then, you know, you farm somewhere else with a different build. You pick a build that's good for one location, and you farm that location, and then you pick a build that's good for a different location, and you farm that location. That's kind of the way I like to play, so. Dark Adherent. That I says, many high runes in Flare. Yeah, density's pretty cool out there. Yeah, the Bound Demon thing, it's going to be interesting what they decide to do with that, because there's so much about it. We'll see when I get to it eventually what this fully is and if it really matters, this exploit. This technique of whatever, but... Like, there's so many things about binding demons that's, like, so, like, not right. I wonder... There's no way they can get rid of it, I think, but... They almost need to. Like, it's just not a... The idea is just doesn't work out in... It sounds like something cool, but then it just doesn't work out in practice, you know what I mean? Sometimes that happens with stuff. We'll have to feel. We'll have to check it out. Because, like, are they going to keep Bound Demon, but you can't bind this monster because you can get cursed. You can't bind this because you get conviction. You can't bind this because there's some other exploit. You can't do this because then it's indestructible. You can't with just one point into it. You can't, you know, like... I guess they could change, like, a ton of stuff about it, maybe. It's possible. I would say that's actually... And I say this quite often, actually. Now that I think about it. Honestly, that probably would be more likely what they're going to do, is just change a ton of stuff about it. Because you can't make an expansion with a new character and be like, oh, all the stuff we did is too busted. We're just getting rid of it. You know. So. Penduzzi said more points to get up to the auras or whatever. Instead of... You're probably saying instead of having the aura on the monster, you can only get the aura if you have enough skills? Maybe. I would say, just in my opinion, it's just like getting rid of the auras, personally. Which, I don't know the difficulty of programming that or something. Shouldn't be too hard, right? You need 20 hard points to get an aura? No. All you have to do is have 1 point to get a conviction aura or cursed. Cursed and conviction for sure need to go away. So you just have to find a monster in the wild that has conviction or cursed. Which cursed is probably the easiest because obviously you can just go out to Crab and get one instantly. Or if there's ever like there's Terra zones where they're just cursed. You know what I mean? So what you can do is spam, every time you jump into a game, it changes the Terra Zone's, like, thing. You can just, like, spam games till you get cursed, right? Defensive auras, let's go! Yeah, I didn't know what to call it in the wild. Yeah, I didn't know what to call it. You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Yeah, offline single player. Yep. True story, Celtic. Curse to Fasto? Yeah. That's what a lot of people go with, right? Look at all these monsters down here. Whoa, Stave? Nailed it. Is it not called in the wild? What do you call it? I don't know. Inherently with conviction? I don't know. Dang it. That'd have been sick. What does Curse do? So Curse, from your, will apply amp damage to everything. Like around the monster or whatever. That's what breaks all physical immunities. And like doubles their damage. What I already find? A whole bunch of stuff. Couldn't list it all. A bunch of mid runes. I found a bunch of all the stuff you find from the Countess. It'll 100% dumb down the whole build if you need to put 20 hard points to get the cursed. Yes, it would eliminate on the playthrough getting cursed. Like if you get rid of cursed and conviction, because cursed isn't really an aura, really, right? It's kind of like on its own thing. But you could add that. I'm assuming you mean add that to it. So it would make it so you can't get like conviction on a playthrough. You know, you're like in Nightmare and you got a conviction aura on the or you got cursed where you're breaking all immunities for your, you know, echoing strike. But I don't know. I still just wish they weren't there, I think, in my opinion. My brain didn't even register. That rare ring wasn't good, right? I sort of wasn't registering what I was even looking at there for a second. Ooh, is that my first Venom Ward? Let's go! Not that exciting. I was joking. When I go run Andy, we're about to pop one of those off every third run. Ben said, "Co is your max. You're getting unlucky from the Countess." Yeah, it still does take a few runs. You know, it's luck dependent as well, of course, but. I'd say if you do like 100 Countess runs and you don't even get like a mal or a pull or something, that'd be pretty shockingly bad luck. Thy Luckin, I think is how you pronounce that. Welcome in from Brazil. Welcome in. Jared stash on single player. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah. Assassin and Barb, 2 Uber runs today. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Ugh. Crimson Desert. Is that the one that... What's that new game that came out that, like, the reviews on it are just wildly different? I think it's that one. I've seen and heard people from, this game is amazing, it looks great, it's so great to play, to this game is terrible, the controls are insane. Like, I've just heard, I think that's the one that I heard that these wild, you know, the graphics glitchy and they mess up all the time and this and that. Like, I've just heard and seen. I have not played it, so I'm just saying what I heard. But yeah, what I've heard. So Borderland? No, it was one that just came out like a week ago. PSR Gaming says that he thinks, yeah, that's, I think you're talking, yeah. I think it is. And I mean, these, obviously, that's just people's opinions, of course, so. Yeah. Now, Marty, we're about halfway there. Soul, Rail, Eld, Grand Charm. Cool stuff, but nothing I want to use. For today? Probably not today, no. I need like 3 or 4 more L runes and then I can make it. $7 million more L runes and I'll be there. Because I'm only picking up L runes. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Yeah, I'll be using anything that I have, yeah. I really only found like 1 of each rune from Lower Kuras, to be honest. Except for Sirs. I found a whole bunch of Sirs, but... But yeah, because I found like 1 Mal, like 1 Ist, 1 Pull, like... Actually, I don't even think I found a Pull from Lower Kuras. Something weird like that, but... I need a bunch more keys anyways, too, so even if I, you know, whatever I was doing, I'm farming the Countess, I would keep farming to get more keys anyways, because I only have 20-something. I'll need a minimum of 30, and that'll give me 10 torch runs to start off. That's minimum. 10 torch runs, I'm probably not going to get 1 torch for every character, so... At some point, I'm going to do torch runs anyways. Probably not super soon, but this way I won't have to run the Countess anymore. How do you like to reroll maps? Wait, how do you like... Oh, I read that wrong. You wrote it like somebody would speak, so I read it wrong. Yeah, how do you like reroll maps? I thought you were asking how do I like it. So yeah. What, I seen Marty popped it in there if you didn't see it, but yeah, if you're in hell difficulty and you don't like how your map looks, 'cause it's like really far away or for whatever reason, yeah, you just go to nightmare or normal difficulty and then come back to hell difficulty. And anytime you switch difficulties, it forgets whatever maps you had before and it picks a new one for the difficulty you went to. It only saves the current difficulties map. So. Jordan hasn't done one torch run yet. Yeah, I only did a couple. I don't like running torches, so I just do it because you have to. Like, running Countess isn't too bad because you're getting like the runes. You can find like some uniques and stuff along the way. It's not a ton, but you can. You know, it's not super uncommon. Rune word bases and stuff like that's almost always how I find my first monarch. I'm running for the runes to make spirit, and then I find the monarch along the way as well. Then, of course, you get the keys, too, and stuff. So farming the keys isn't too bad from the Countess. But the idea of, like, go here and get this piece. And then go to this place. So you can get... And then eventually you can get the thing you actually want by doing all these other things that you have no interest in doing. You know what I mean? I don't like that mechanic. And apparently people tell me that's a mechanic in, like, every game nowadays. But it never used to be in Diablo 2 until they added in torches. But it was one thing when it was just one thing, but now it's like you have to do the same thing for Uber Ancients, and then now you have to go run this place to get the Ire, and then you have to go keep doing the full game clears to get the Herald to spawn, and then you got to do the full game. It's like, oh man, stop making me do all these things to get the stuff that I want by doing things I don't want to do. You know what I mean? But that seems to be the new meta in games, is make people go to work instead of making, you know, people like play a game that's more like gambling, like lottery, like try to get lucky. But oh well, don't want to whine about that again. Don't tell Phil what to do. Don't have a gambling addiction? Yeah, I definitely don't. I almost never gamble for like real money. Once a year, me and my wife go to the casino. We each have like $100, maybe $200 at most, and you know. But Diablo 2 is free gambling. All it costs you is time, but you're really getting enjoyment out of the whole thing anyway. So. People run LK over and over. Yeah, but LK you can get a bazillion different things. I got my monarch from LK. Get all the runes to make the rune words. I popped out these gloves. I got these gloves. I got these gloves. I got this amulet. You know, like, you can get all kinds of stuff. I got rune word bases. I found my vamp gaze. I got, you know, it's not like you're going here to do something like running the summoner. My God. To get the keys to go ahead and farm torches, and you don't want to go farm the summoner because he doesn't drop anything ever, but you have to. And or farming terrorized Duriel over and over again to get a statue. Or even though they nerfed down TZ Andy, maybe you actually want to run TZ Catacombs, but you can't because you have to go spam farm Andy again in order to get the statues. You need to go ahead and run, you know, like, I don't like that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Does this make sense? They force you to do things you don't want to do in order to get the things you need. But all the stuff that I had found at LK, even the runes, I don't have to find the runes from LK, right? I could go run Trav. I could go run cows. I could go run the Chaos Sanctuary. I could go... You can find them in a lot of places. Those torches, you can only get them in one place. You have to do it if you want to get it.
Bro, since you've told the whole Mashis White story, I'll never look at Herodley the same way. GL with the Countess run.
Classic. Thank you so much, Thunder Daddy, for the 22. Is that pounds or euros? I always forget. Must be pounds? It looks kind of like a backwards E. Maybe euros? I think it's a euro. Either way, thank you so much for the 22 European monies. Thunder Daddy. Appreciate you. Very kind of you. Yeah, that is a pretty funny story. Pretty funny story, to be honest. Poor Hrotley catching strays over here. Was the Andy nerf big? Not really, no. So, from what I gather, this is what Llama says, so I take his word on it. TZ, like Andara was nerfed roughly the same amount, so that she's equal to running Mephisto in drops of like the items that she can drop. Which I guess when Terra is, it's everything, isn't it? So it's not like worthless, you know. And the thing is too, is you can still run the Countess way faster online than you can run Mephisto. Because like it's easier to map read and the maps are smaller getting down there. So you can run more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Nightmare Andy should be buffed. I don't know. SOJ drops only. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see, because I may have to do that eventually here too. So maybe we could get a couple of data points in between Llama's SOJ running to Nightmare Andy. Oh, and then maybe if I do it, we'll add that to it. Because she was nerfed overall, I believe, for her unique drop rates, right? So it might be not as convenient to run Andariel for SOJs anymore than it used to be. I'm not 100% sure, though. She drops so poorly now. Yeah, we'll find out, I guess, because I'm about to run Andy Meth after this, just regular. So we'll see what happens.
At Tomas Canova,
3,725
donated €5 through Super Chat. Phil UB, wishing you East low on this run.
Ist low, that'd be crazy. Get the Ist off the Countess. Ooh, the rune drop from table and the monster drop table. Yo. Thank you for the 5 currencies. Thomas, I didn't hear what it was again. I forgot. Pounds or euros, one of the two. Appreciate the generosity. Ooh. Meatball? I had to piece those letters together real quick, but you say that's why you play online, because you'd rather farm where you want to and then trade for the things you want? I guess that is a good point for online. I never really thought about it that way. I like finding things myself, like the super rare stuff, but it is much easier to get what you want online because you can obviously trade and stuff. So, but yeah, you like that way you can farm whatever you want, and checks out. Not nearly enough sockets. Oh, neck's broken. Chandler, welcome in. Swanee got a Ist from your Hellforge. Congrats. Yeah, I think what Hellforge goes up to Gull, so one higher, but still Ist is good. I got an IO from my Hellforge on my sorceress here, so. Jake, I would say whatever you like better. I don't think there's really much of a. Well, watch out for those guys. I don't think it's gonna matter much to almost any of the builds, really, which one of those you pick. In my opinion. Whichever one you think looks better. You got an Chandler from your Nightmare one? I think I got an from my Nightmare. Oh, I did. I got an from my Nightmare Hellforge, and I got an IO from my Hellforge. What? MCG said your first run of the Countess got Pole Maul, and your second run you got an Ist. Do you mind not taking all my luck? That'd be great. That's some crazy luck. Congrats on that. First Enigma has to be made in a Gothic plate. Is that a rule, or I thought that was more of a guideline than anything? Well, that was a rule. Interesting. Ooh, a clock. Tons of time left. Yeah, we'll go for it. I got a good feeling. Oh. Don't say, Chandler, huh? You got an L rune from your Hell Forge. I believe you. I believe you. Elk Slayer. I'm on P1. Well, another key. That's cool. Oh, Monarch. I actually think I might need another Monarch. Is this, I mean, need? This one's 130/60. This one's only 110. I'll take it because I'm going to need more of them eventually anyways. But yeah, good old Monarch off of one of the monsters by the Countess. Legendary. I don't want to Larzik it though. Let's take a gander at the cube recipe for adding sockets. D2R cube recipe to add sockets to a shield. Tal, Am, and a ruby. We're gonna cube it. Just I don't feel like using Lars Quest for it, so. Tal, Am, and a ruby. 50-50. Come out. Oh! How close to a burr? I need one more L rune. I'm kidding, of course. Not 100% sure yet. Probably, definitely sub halfway. Definitely sub halfway, we'll say that. Haven't cubed nothing together yet. Gotta get that Phoenix base. Phoenix is 4 sockets, right? Or is Phoenix, am I confused? Is Phoenix 3? Beck Slow Jaw? But yeah. Drop Holly video this week? I just put one out like 2 hours ago. Or are you talking for these? You will definitely not get one for this. Not even close. Maybe next week. That's if I cube everything together and I run out of gems and I decide not to go all the way to Burr because I decide I don't want to go farm flawed diamonds from Nightmare Cows or something. Vex Low Jaw. There you go. Nathan says I'm only 25% of the way there because of the gem issue. Yeah, maybe. I'm probably, I don't even know what they'd all go up to right now, to be honest. How many ists it would put me to then, blah, 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 blah. If I'm like 10% there, or if I'm a little more, or 20%, 100%. I might already be there and not know it. Dominic, I'm gonna call a hard pass on only having L runes drop. Just like the hardest of passes. Plate belt, so that is Stygians. I don't even. You know when you used to say stuff in your head before you'd ever talk about stuff? Because I don't know, back in my day, for some reason my head put an I after the G. I don't know why. Obviously, I don't say that now, but it's Saigons, obviously. But for some reason, I thought there was an I after the G, too. And I thought it was Stygians growing up. One of those situations. Can always do LK for gems. Yeah, well, I mean, all the ones I have, that's how I got them. I did, spoiler alert, a little bit under 1,500 LK runs, and that's how I got the 30 or whatever, 35 to 40 flawless gems of each type that I got. I don't want to go back and do that, though. I'll probably... Another key. There we go. If at any point I decide to stop doing this, I'm going to go run Andy Meth and see what happens. Maybe I'll get lucky with a rune doing that. I'm probably not going to go back to LK. Probably not, to be honest. I might even go run something like... I know it's going to blow people's minds. Maybe even something like Trav or something. See what happens. People love Trav. Maybe I'll get through the game, run some terror zones, maybe even. I don't know. See how crazy I get. Or, right off of this ghost pack. Come on, Burroon. Oh. How many keys you got? It was probably like 20 something, 25-ish maybe. Winter V. Welcome in. That's the thing, too. I still need way more keys than what I have right now, so... Regardless. Telekinesis for gems and runes? No. Nope. Can't pick him up. $25. Nailed it. You want a moo-moo? I mean, I could even... The thing early on, too, is I'm doing a grail, but I do want to, like, play through and just get everything, too. I'm not just going to make one character and only blast for uniques and set items, right? So, I probably... Maybe off the bat here, I should do cows. I'll get a ton of, like, rune word bases, you know? I don't know. Could get some more runes too, but I never find a lot of runes out in cows. I mean, I did find a Zod in cows online too, but I mean, I did find my first Jaw on D2R outing, but still, I don't find that many. Anytime that I run cows on purpose to find runes, I don't find them. The Jaw and the Zod and any other a lot of the other ones, it's always like my Jaw. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna slap together a poison Jabazon and just see if it can actually work at all. Right when the game came out, you know, when they changed around a lot of the rebalancing and stuff, and I went out into cows, and I think it was on P1 even, or maybe I bumped it to players 3 or something, and I was like, oh yeah, it's working okay. Went, oh! That's how I found my. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll keep doing this. Can cows drop sacred armor? They can drop sacred armor, but you can't find like Tyrell's Might. So don't remember angelic. So I have dual angelics at least. Okay, knock that off. I'm pretty sure I've gotten sacred armors out there. If they couldn't, I'd be shocked. Will you do Zod after you complete Burr? From Countess or something? Oh, no. No. Zod will fall when it randomly falls at some point from some monster. I am not going to hunt a Zod. Little Mana Leech FCR, mana after kill. Okay, well, if you need Echoing Strike, you need Mana Leech somewhere, just a baby amount of it. You need your FCR for cast rate. Man, that thing's goated for it. Wait a second, everything's good on Echoing Strike. You just watched that Poison Jab video yesterday? Gotcha, that was from a long time ago. That's like a 6-year-old video. Dominic says, if anything, all the poison builds need buffs. Poison's just a tough skill, in my opinion, to like get where people would want it, right? because you don't want to just be able to, like, I don't know, you wouldn't want to just poison stuff and just have it like drop 2 seconds later. Like you just poison stuff and run away and run in circles and wait. I don't know. That's kind of what you do with it. That's kind of the point of it. You can't have it do too much damage. It's really tough to balance, right? And I feel like Poison Necro kind of nailed it because poison works kind of good-ish, you know? But you have to have insanely rare gear. Like the D-Web is so rare for it to like be really good. And I mean, if you have super rare stuff and multiple high runes, at that point I'm kind of fine with you wrecking. Even if it's kind of busted, I guess. But you don't want things to end up like, oh hey, I have a spirit sword and a rhyme shield and a stealth armor. I'm wrecking P8 easily, you know what I mean? Like, tough spread there. Enchanted Melody just got back into the game when the expansion came out. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. Would I farm Arcane on P1? I've done that before online, yeah. So I guess so. Sometimes I would do that, especially if I just want to like switch it up. So you go out to the Arcane Sanctuary, and because you can't tell where to go, you kind of just full clear it. And then you hope to get a key from the summoner, but you like are also hoping to get runes and stuff. And you know, a lot of people know the chests at the end have, I don't know their actual odds, but it seems like it's pretty frequently you'll get like a gull from those or a mal rune or something, you know. I've heard stories of people getting even higher stuff, so. Dominic, you're the second person today that said they pulled a 40 life Eldritch. Congrats. Echoing strikes like a cheat code? Kinda, yeah. It's a little bit up there in the bustedness, so. Oh, Blood Omen said it was one of my first build guide videos. Okay, alright. When I found that jaw, yeah, I must have put that in there, because yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Lomrune, okay. Congrats on the other player, right? Yeah, they said they got it from Trav earlier, a couple hours ago. Neothak stingy on the keys. Yeah, he does have the lowest odds out of the other people that drop them, so. Also, why is his odds to drop everything so bad? Like, he can drop everything in the game, but it's like much more rare than like a random monster from the pits or something. I don't know why. 1 in 50,000 odds to drop like a Shaco or something, and you're like, why is it that low? It's Planet 2, yeah. Maybe in... Oh yeah, this. Well, yeah, okay. It does open like later. When you're gonna take her with you where? Oh yeah, okay. I forgot already. I'm sorry, you know I forget everything. Sorry. G-Sec says I'm still going. Only been 3 hours. What do you think I am? I'm a professional. Actually, there are a lot of times I don't stream this long. Depends what I got going on, but I'd say maybe about another hour streaming here, and then I gotta get going. My bowling ball's calling my name. Meatball got some good skillers from Arcane, you say, this season? I could see that. A lot of density. How many? I don't remember if I answered that for you, Hershey, but keys, 25. 25 of them. How does life and mana leech work on a caster? Great question. They decided Echoing Strike wasn't enough already and decided to make it leech life and mana as well. So I kind of wondered that too. Like, why does this thing that you cast leech life? But, you know, the answer is it's Echoing Strike. I'm a bro-fessional. Legendary. We getting a bowling ball channel. No bowling ball channel now. Only so much time in the day. I'm about to start ripping on my fantasy football channel, though, I'll tell you that much. Just do super simple, unedited videos on my fantasy football channel. I don't even know if I linked that in the description, actually. Because I didn't want people to, I don't really want people to subscribe to it unless they really want to watch my videos. So I think I didn't actually link it in the description at all. Sometimes with channels, it can hurt you where, you know, a lot of your viewers will subscribe over to a different channel. Similar to how I said putting the what you dropped that day up in the corner will hurt your channel because it causes people to watch less of your videos. The same thing can happen with having people subscribe to your channel. Another Monarch ready, wow. Who don't actually want to watch your videos. Because then YouTube will say, oh, your subscribers don't even want to watch your videos. They must suck. And then they don't show them to anybody. But yeah, I do these occasional fantasy football videos if anybody sees me around. Every once in a while, people will comment on my video like, hey, you're that Diablo 2 guy. That's crazy. Was it Ral Am? Or Tal? It was Tal Am, wasn't it? And then, I feel like it was Amethyst. 4 sockets. Ooh, 147. It was not. Was it Ral? Was it Ruby? Sick Rhyme base. Splendor base. Yeah, there's a 50-50 chance of getting 4 sockets or something other than 4 sockets. And I got two sockets twice. Hey, I'm just lucky, I guess, huh? I wonder how many Monarchs dropped other times and I just didn't see them. I'd be shocked if on run 351 and 362 were my first 2 Monarchs I ever got on these runs. They probably just dropped before and I just didn't see them. See, when they made the Warlock, they looked at all the things that they did to balance all the other classes and said, what if we ignored all that? I mean, sorta, yeah. Yeah, Oeka on day 1. Yeah, I found one right off the bat, too, and then I obviously got one from... Actually, I got a few different ones from LK, of course. But I did not want to queue or Larzik multiple cracked Monarchs, you know what I mean? So. Double X. Ooh, come on. Or open socket Monarchs for ages. Then you got 8 of them. Yeah, a lot of times too with because once you play for a longer, you'll get better gear, and if you take out monsters faster, you'll obviously have more items dropped, which will lead to more, you know, Monarchs or something. And who knows too, if you can play on higher players counts, then you can find more. But or of course, there's just crazy random luck too, like you were kind of suggesting. But that's a lot of people are like, man, the rune drop rates are way higher this year, this season. I've never found like, you know, this many mid runes and high runes, and I've never found all these bases and stuff. And I'm like, well, you gotta remember that the Echoing Strike Warlock is easily, hold on. That sneeze came out of nowhere. The Echoing Strike Warlock is slaying demons at 6 times the speed of any other build in the game. So, with budget gear. So yeah. If you want to do P7, equip any weapon and use Echoing Strike. Right? These came out of nowhere. It came out of your head. Good call, G-Stacks. Back my neck again. Oh, neck's broken. I need to sit back and chill. Hold on. There we go. Where's my headrest? Kind of came forward a little more. I like more upright. Yeah, we'll hit the graves this time. Why not? Why not? Appreciate y'all. Bunch of bless yous came in. You don't need gems to upgrade? No. So up until Thal? Up until Thal, you don't need any gems. After that, that's when you start needing chip gems and stuff. Wouldn't that be something if you really didn't need to have any gems to keep stuff up? $700 runs, the highest you got was an Definitely happened before. Is pretty low though. I mean, at least you'd think you'd have got a gull or something. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I always tell the story. I had a video where I got roasted in the comments. Why'd you even put out this video, you idiot? You didn't even find anything, dummy. This video's dog bleep. You didn't even find anything. Why would you even put this video out? Comments like that. Because I did 1,000 lower cross runs. I got 0 high runes. I got like 2 ists, 2 gulls, and 2 mals, and like some ums and stuff like that. But no high runes. And they're like, I was getting roasted in the comments, which, whatever, I guess, but. Just roasted. So my strat, I'd recommend, I usually, even if you have a good map, just for your own sanity, I would reset my map seed if I did like 1,000 runs. Yes. Just like an empty bag. Barbecue, you know what's up. As a content creator, you get roasted in the comments no matter what you do. This is true. It's like, what, you ran LK and you only found a Burroon and 7 Sirs in 1,000 runs? That's terrible. I ran Trav last week and I found 4 Chams and 7 Jaws in 2 hours. And you're like, sorry, bro. That is so true. Yeah, I thought people would appreciate, and this was a while ago. I think this happened back to when, kind of partially when D2R was like popping off. So it was a bunch of randos, like people who didn't usually watch and stuff that were seeing the video. So kind of a good thing, actually, I guess, if you think of it that way, getting a bunch of extra views. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought people would appreciate my honesty here, you know, like. D-Gen just happened to him. 1,000 runs and no high runes. But you had Enigma and Infinity by 2,700. That's, yeah, some randomness right there. Boy, both of those by 27 is crazy, actually. You must have got a couple of burrs pop out there for you. Couple of burrs. Maybe I will go back to LK. No. What small chimes do I carry? So right now I just have a bunch of like random MF, a couple of life ones, a couple of, so not optimal. My charms are not optimized by any stretch of any imagination. Yeah. 3 super lucky Burroons, gotcha. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, if you get super lucky and get a bunch of Burroons for sure. Hopefully one day, you know. Hopefully one day. Silent Bob, yo! Thank you so much for Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, appreciate you. No, sure, Hershey, no Jaws or Burrs. Got a Zod though. Yeah, that's some pretty wacky luck, to be honest. I had a lot of Jersen Boss. A lot of Jersen Boss. I feel like I mixed something up there before I found a Zod rune, which I guess is more along the averages. But yeah, some of that wacky D2 luck. It's not that funny. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Bullrog skin, okay. Little Sazabi's Ghostly Liberator. Interesting. Ooh. Do I want to keep this or not? Pretty much just for the Sazabis. Budget Act 5. I don't think so. You'll find them around and stuff like that. Say, Llama got 2K. 2K, a couple bursts. Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Getting multiple burr runes in like 1,000 runs is not, like, no one, you know, that's just pretty lucky, you know, for sure. Warlock set OP. I've heard back and forth. I've heard it's kind of good. I mean, OP is kind of an opinion, but I haven't tried it personally. So Danish Ninja, yeah, what Dominic said there, the FCR is just for teleporting, so yeah. Depends if you want to teleport, and still, you teleport so slow either way, so slow. I missed the notification. What did I miss? Did a notification not come through, or did I just not see it? Something. What do you think of Horizon's gloves and boots on a wolf barb? Oh boy. I couldn't imagine. I don't even know what they would give you, so. Oh, you missed the notification. I was like, yeah, I'm not sure. Gotcha. Only 3.5 hours late. You're all good. You can always watch it later, I guess, too. Yeah, I don't even know what a partial set of that gives you, so. It's interesting. I'm finding way more tier runes than all the other ones. I wonder if there's anything to that too, like Eld runes, almost none. I found 100 of these tiers, you know, 99, and all the rest are like 70, 70, 70, and then a ton of Tal runes, you know. And yeah, it's interesting. Not you know, just interesting. Lazy oaf. I mean, I guess if you want to. No promises I'm gonna do something on it or something like that, but. Low to mid runes drop more often than the lower runes. Kind of to a point, yeah, sort of, from Hell Countess here. Depends on what it is, though. Kind of like, you know, I just thought it was interesting that the tier rune, I figured the L and the Eld and stuff, but that I had so many tier runes more than like the next couple few higher, you know. They're all like 70s, and I guess it's not that many more, but Another mid. Another rune. That's probably like, what is that? Probably my fourth mid? My fourth I mean, I think the luck's going pretty good for the mid runes anyways, in my opinion. I think pretty good. Nice. These ghosts. Didn't like them. Gotta grab that diamond. Almost forgot. Oh. Bastard flying through here. 40% attack speed and walk run. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Nothing, not too crazy. I don't have too many ums because it was weird. I just had like one. I had like one from coming from LK for some reason. I don't know why I didn't have any of these mid runes from LK. It was kind of weird. Let me just cube some of these up randomly here, just for no particular reason. Wait, did I just overdo my? No, I did not. Chipped sapphire. At least I got plenty of these. Is this 2 or 3? We'll find out, huh? 2 it is. Oh. Ha, ruby. Great. I looked at the sheet wrong. And it is actually 3. Surprised I don't have more Fel runes, to be honest. Ooh, all the way up to a Lem. Let's go. Man, that's a great looking rune right there. Surprised I don't have more like Fels and Co's, to be honest. Lum is an amethyst. Oopsie. We'll start at some lums here. Huh? When I did lower Kuras to Enigma before, this is where I went, and I had so many lum runes after like the 3,000 runs. I feel like I had way more. We'll leave it where it's at there. Oh, we got these guys. Not what I meant to do. I keep hitting the wrong hotkeys. Out of. Okay. What was it for them Fels? I'll do a couple more real quick. Ruby. Get those to Lem runes. They're so beautiful, those Lem runes. Okay. So beautiful. Ready for just chatting like at beginnings of streams? A lot of people have a lot to say. I don't know about doing just a just chatting stream. A bit much for me. Don't know about that. I'm not interesting enough to do just chatting. Not enough to chat about. Lazy oaf. So, I don't know if you remember, I have this translate thing that I can't seem to get rid of in my stream. I don't know what language it is, but Bazinga apparently translates to the Indians in some random language, because it doesn't even tell me what language it is. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. Fantasy football just chatting? Yeah, something like that, maybe. Yeah, the fantasy football thing's kind of just for fun. Maybe if I ever did get, like, super lucky and started making money from it or something. I don't know, you know. But it's... What? It's super hard to... Like, I would have to leave this to go do fantasy football stuff, and that's super hard. But I was thinking maybe if I got lucky, just make a few videos here and there throughout the years, and maybe in a couple of years, if I get to a point where maybe right when fantasy football launches, maybe I can get enough views to actually make a little bit of money, to where it's like just a little bit of a different thing I can do besides just play this game, play Diablo 2 all the time, you know? I don't know, just something. Nova's dope, says Casey. I do love Nova. Yep. I could play Nova all the time. What's my exact income? I'm not gonna go there exactly. I don't know. Maybe it's. I've heard this that in the United States, it's a little bit more faux pas to talk about people's income and stuff. But in other countries, I had heard that it's like completely normal. It's not weird at all for people to just be like, yeah, here's my job and here's how much money I make, and then everyone's like, oh, I do the same thing, but I make this much money, and you know. I don't want to do a call to arms and a flail, so let's toss that. US a lot more restrictions than NDAs. Probably true. Yeah, I do. I would have believed that to be true, but I think it's more so just like, I think it's something more of like work culture. Like the businesses don't want a person. Like let's say hypothetically, I worked at Microsoft. They don't want me to go tell somebody else that I make $40,000 a year more than they do, you know? Because then that person will be like, what? And then they'll go like, hey, like, I want to get paid this much. You know? Because it's all like any place that's non-union, you know what I mean? Unions, obviously, it's like you work somewhere, you get paid this much, and then you get raises based upon this amount of time and blah, 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 blah. And if you get a promotion or something, you get this much of a raise. But non-union places, it's not like that. Like, one guy might get 30 grand less than the other guy just because the boss doesn't like him, because the boss is like racist and they don't want to give the, you know, colored dude the same amount of money as a white guy and stuff like that. Or like they don't want to pay the woman the same amount, or, you know, this guy's taller than the boss and he doesn't want to pay the tall guy more money, you know, like just any random whatever. They don't want people asking for raises. Starting to get woke on stream. Wait, you're telling me you think there's no racist people in the world? I also said tall people. Is discriminating against tall people woke? Because you shouldn't do it. But anyways, tall power. What is even considered tall? Depends where you live. I'm tall for the United States, but Norway, I'm not so tall. I think it's something like, I did hear the study was only based on like 10 people too, but you know, I've heard of studies where in like Norway, Sweden, stuff like that, they're like several inches taller than in the average height in the United States. But I did hear somebody argue, you know, it's hard to tell who's telling the truth here and there. I had heard somewhere that study was based upon, they measured people that were on military bases or something, and in like Norway at the time when they did this, they went to one military base and they only ended up measuring like 12 dudes or something. But I can't, you know, that's what I'm like, is that true or is it not true? Is this person making it up or is that person making something up? I don't know. Hershey 6'4", yeah. That's what I'm 6'3". So usually not too much of a struggle. The only thing is like hearing short people. It bothers my neck and stuff. Because I always have to crouch down to hear what people are saying. Like people, like if there's some like people that like kids or women that are like 5 foot tall, you gotta crouch down. The shower, oh, what a disaster. Yeah, the shower head is right here, so you have to get under it, and then yeah, so you have to be bent over pretty much in the shower with your head to be able to. Well, that hey, don't do it. I already know where you guys are going. I'm stopping you right now. Don't do it, okay? To get your head under the shower. Don't do it. Anyways. Miasmic just got a job interview. They hired me at the NCAA Hall of Champions. Huh. That's interesting. I thought that was coming in as a joke at first. I'm like, wait a second, you're serious. Glad to hear that. Congrats on the job. Don't shower. That is an option. It's technically not illegal. It's not required by law to shower. This is true. But I mean, when you go to the gym and you come home and you're all sweaty and, I mean, you're all stinky. Where must go? OP feels 6'3". Yeah, 6'3", 230. 6'3", 230. Lazy Elf, yo! Thank you for the $13.99.
9094 donated 13 Canadian dollars and 99 cents through Super Chat. Well, here's a Super Chat that YouTube takes a huge take on. Go Team Phil.
Thank you so much for the generosity, you legend. Appreciate you. Yeah, YouTube takes about 30% of Super Chats and stuff, but just the most convenient payment processing situation for streaming and stuff, so. But yeah, thank you so much for the Super Chat. Maybe I could be a Piston. No, I know you're joking, of course, but even for college basketball, 6'3" is like not tall. 6'3", you're like a undersized point guard in basketball. Oh, I wish it was higher, but I am at about a lamb off of a random monster. I ain't mad. Wish it was a bird, though. Then I could be like, I'm done. Wait, did I clip that? I don't even remember. I think I did, but. Tier L rune word tribute to Superman. Ooh. I don't know. I don't get the reference. Man of Steel tier L. Not sure. GG on the Lamio. Yeah, right. Lamio is pretty GG. Nash was under 6 foot. Yeah, it's pretty uncommon though. You're kind of undersized, so. Favorite runes are Jaw and Burr. Well, yeah, I wouldn't mind finding those. You don't say. You don't say. What time we got here? 2:38. Let me check. You know what? Sorry for stop break. I want to check the weather real quick. 73 and almost 100% chance of rain in an hour. Oh, boy! If I want to go trim that tree, I gotta go do it like now. All right, this is going to be the final run. I've been putting off. The other day I was going to get off and I kept streaming because I wanted to keep playing. But I got to do this stuff, so. I got to get out there and trim this tree before this storm comes in. Or else I'm going to have to wait like probably days to get it done, so. Oh, he's mutilating. But yeah. Appreciate y'all joining me. Thank you for the generosity on any of the gifted memberships, the super chats, the Twitch Prime subs, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. And we'll hop back on. You know, we got several more days of doing this probably. Get the keys at minimum, and then we'll see how Cube and everything up goes and stuff like that. So Yep, storms are coming. Hopefully it's not raining by the time I get upstairs. Rip tree. I'm just the trimmer. It's gonna be crazy. But yeah, thank you all so much. Peace out and keep slaying. Oh yeah.